All right.
Hello.
Hi.
We needed some drinks. I have water.
I know. I wanted wine. I was like, I want wine. But
at least some tea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cider in my Netflix mug. My clear.
I'm in my favorite mug.
Man,
which my grandma got for me. She did not know anything about Harry Potter, but I was like, wow, Grandma, you really.
What does it say?
Don't let the muggles get you down.
Oh, I have that mug too.
I was like,
I love that mug.
You.
My grandma didn't get it for me. My friend Dara did. What's up, Dara? How you doing?
My water bottle matches my dragon onesie. So.
Hey, I like that dragon onesie. Who got you that?
Just a cousin. Just one.
just one of them.
Anyway, hi everyone.
Hi everybody.
Just talking. Welcome to our holiday party. We're just out here chilling, hanging out.
What's really funny is I had a bunch of friends going to their office holiday parties, and in our Slack, if you remember our Slack, people have been talking about their office holiday parties, and now this is our office holiday party.
The only way we know how, digital in our rooms by ourselves.
Yep. We introvert together all the time.
It's great. So yeah, this is just a time for us to kind of hang out. We're gonna talk to some cool people about things that they're doing, what they're looking forward to for the holidays, and yeah, if at any point you want to show some holiday spirit. Feel free to send us a cheering charm holiday card and we will read it on air. So, just what is it? I'm gonna add it to the thing.
To the thing.
Figure out where to do that.
The paypal.me/
Well, it's paypal.me/ We Black and Nerds. But once I figure out how to put that, I know how to do it. Ooh, StreamYard is great, but I'm still learning how to use it.
Yeah, YouTube cracked down on how we live stream, so we still learning.
Yeah.
Bam, there it is.
So shame on YouTube for taking away Google Hangouts on air.
Look how fancy that is. That is
so cute. It's so cute. Okay, cool. So let's have our first guest.
Yeah.
So
we're joined by
Portia.
Hey. Happy holidays, girl. Look at you.
Happy holidays.
Delia has a tree in the background. Portia has a tree on
her
head.
Because I'm the gift. She's the gift that keeps on giving, you guys. Under the tree.
Yeah, that's even better. I was just gonna take a picture of this tree.
Then it would be cute. Oh my goodness.
What's going on?
It
works. What do you mean?
It is technically a screenshot.
Thank you.
Yes.
Technically.
But I can also just text it to her.
That too. Also end as well. So for our guests and things, we're gonna play games, and we have people in the chat watching us, and we're just gonna talk. And
and we have some questions about creating. But first, we have a really important announcement.
We have an announcement
before we just
super important,
super exciting. You say text and then you put it in the Slack. Can you actually text it? Okay.
Oh, guys, drum roll.
Drum roll.
I know, but I wasn't looking at the screen.
A resident drummer.
What is going on?
So, a super awesome announcement is Portia Patterson is the new director of strategic partnerships. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. The squad is a sequent. Which is
squint.
Hilariously, which is what I do all the time. All I do is squint. So that's how you
exactly.
You look at Robin, what's she doing? She's squinting. So I always roll up and squint. It's kind of funny. It's super great, and I'm excited, but it's also kind of but you've been here though. Portia's been down since day one down, but now she got a title. You could email her at blackgirlscreate.org. You know what I mean? She just.
It's true.
is she out here?
You can do that.
You know?
Partnership ideas.
Yep. You got partnership ideas. You know, tell Portia what up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us. This has been like such a good year. So at the beginning of 2019, it was a trio.
No, it's no.
No.
It's a trio.
I think it only really.
It's a
You
trio.
can only take that one so far.
I know. It's like if we add a sixth person, where do we go
We
from
don't-
there?
we don't go anywhere from there. We just,
Oh yeah, no. Yikes!
Yeah,
We gotta
no.
cut it off.
What's the sixth?
Yeah, exactly. Cut it
Got
off.
it. I'm there.
I think we just leave it where it's at, and it will just live on in that. It'll be
It was a
product
moment
of
in
its time.
time.
Yeah.
It was a moment in time.
It's a fixed point in time.
yeah, that's it.
So we're gonna do a round table now. Are you guys ready?
No.
No?
Oh,
Never?
Go ahead.
Okay, so everyone, I would like to hear one thing that you're excited about that happened this year and one thing that you are looking forward to during the holidays. So it's like a look back and a look forward, you know what I mean? Like a back and
Okay.
an accio and back, you know? Who wants to start?
I'm currently cleaning up confetti from my lap, so
So
Betty
Portia
Cannon,
will go
your one
last.
announcement?
we sure did.
It's the best.
She had her own. She made it rain. I am grateful this year. I think that like we did a lot of really cool stuff, but I am, as always, excited about like the community. We've had like community like led things, like we're doing a reread of Game of Thrones. It's happened, like the conversation's happening today they're on the second book now, and like that was like, you know, thought up and followed through like solely on the backs of our community and how awesome they are. And like they, you know, were like, let's read Game of Thrones. And we were like, oof.
I was like, yes, let's do it. Oh wait, I don't have any time.
Oof. But the way the content calendar is set up,
When
and
will
they
I
were
have time to
like,
read?
they're like, we got it, you know? And so I think that that's like super cool. And the thing that I'm looking forward to during the holidays is that I get to spend time with my family and my puppy, and we are getting family pajamas, which we always do. But I found a website, and Luna is going to also have matching pajamas. So I'm super excited.
That's gonna be adorable.
Because
Pics or it didn't happen.
Looney Bear in the matching pajamas with my mom and my
have you
dad
Clothes
and
on
my
her
brother.
before?
Huh?
Yeah,
You
have you
put
put
clothes on
clothes?
her before?
Yeah, she has a Christmas sweater that like
Oh.
has like little lights and stuff that she had last year.
I'm surprised.
She doesn't, and my
tolerates
mom knit her a Packers sweater. That's like the first thing that my mom like knit for her. It's like the only thing my mom knit for her, which is hilarious because she knit it for her when she was like a baby, and then by the time football season came around, it was literally like a tank top.
Oh no.
I was like, oh, we missed it. She grew way faster than you know. But so she's worn clothes before. She doesn't mind them. She likes them. She doesn't like anything on her head, but like other than that, you know, she'll rock a sweater. She'll be like, boom. Also, because of all of her issues, you know, she's had to rock t-shirts a while you know, with her stitches and whatnot. So yeah, I'm excited. That's my holiday thing that I'm super excited about is matching PJs and my socks. Sorry.
Her apparel is gonna be off the chain, y'all.
Last year, my mom tried to not get me socks for Christmas, and I was like, "Bitch,
all the way out.
all the way out her name."
That's crazy.
Yeah, my mama. I was like, "Wait, like all
You're
this,
still alive. That's
all these
wild.
presents." Well, because obviously I didn't say it out loud. I'm not dumb.
Like,
I'm not
know
trying to
that.
commit suicide by mama. I mean, yeah, but she tried to not give me socks. She's like, "I always get you socks," and I was like, "Yes."
that's the point.
Exactly. So those are my things. Anyone else? Who's next?
Ooh. I guess I can go. You're looking at me, so it's like, I mean, there's the screen right here. Something about this year. I don't know. It's a lot that has happened. So I feel like the fact that a lot has happened has been cool. I feel like I've accomplished a lot. I feel like we've accomplished a lot.
I know for a fact you've accomplished a lot. So
yeah, I've gotten a lot done and still have more to do. But yeah, no. So I think that was cool. I feel like we have grown in a way that's been really awesome and fun. And I feel like we have, at the same time in doing that, have kind of figured out like where it is we want to go and like the direction we're trying to go in. And so that's been really cool. Thing I'm excited for the holidays is to sleep. I need a reset. So like that would be great. Can't wait to sleep in. Ami's last week of school is this coming week, and then I'll have to wake up before 7:00 and it'll be great. So yeah.
The dream.
Mm-hmm. Who's next?
okay. Let's go in order of like members of BGC. So Connie, you next.
Wow.
Very
Just like,
convenient.
oh, I'm gonna speak up and then I'm gonna toss it on over. The toss. I see how it is. It's fine. Yeah, this year's been very long and very wild.
Yeah, for you
yeah.
especially.
Yeah. I was just like, oh yeah, I'll start with like, I saw Robin and Bayana for my birthday, and that was really nice. And then I was like, oh, there's so many things that have happened.
And then I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, so that was great. I'm gonna mention that one because there's some other stuff has happened. It's fine. It's cool. I'm looking forward to being in warm weather in Florida, hanging with my cousins and seeing Star Wars and playing my Switch. I'm gonna play Pokemon for 11 days straight. Even though if I'm like, I don't think I'll be as fast as Portia, who finished it in like 2 minutes, but okay.
She really did. Like I
was
wasn't
like,
playing
how?
it, but she was in our Slack community and our gaming channel, and she said she started playing. The next time I went and checked notifications in that channel, she was done.
I was like, whoa.
I don't even know what y'all are talking about because I'm an old.
You're not that
For a
old.
minute.
I was gonna say, first of all, you're how many
Come on.
years working for?
You can't even play that.
I'm an ancient.
Oh, okay.
You kids
Pokemon
with
on
your,
the old brick
Pokemon is
and
also
white
ancient.
Game Boy. Like
you
it
kids
Been
was
around for quite
old.
some time.
you kids with your swatches and your Pokeballs and your
Swatch.
and your Nintendites. I don't know. I don't know.
I thought
what's
you
going
did
on,
something.
but
Nintendo is old.
I'm happy that y'all happy. I'm excited for you, baby. Mm-hmm.
Go to bed, Grandma.
Official auntie status. I
Go
don't
to
like
bed,
it.
Grandma, please.
So
Yeah, now you're next.
yikes. Yeah, well, I was like
You're
buying
stalling.
time. I was. Things I'm like proud that I accomplished or we accomplished this year. Well, first of all, I didn't start out the year part of Black Girls Create, so that's kind of wild because it feels
Is
like
that not
it's
true?
been
That
forever.
That seems
Right?
That seems
Incorrect.
Seems
Like
strange.
that feels incorrect.
It feels
but like
wrong.
apparently I looked at the calendar, it's true, y'all. So I guess just all the work. It's hard to pick any one moment. I guess if I had to pick like something, I'm really proud of in general the panels and content we've been bringing to conventions this year being LeakyCon, but like we're branching out next year and going, or hopefully the 2020 watch this spot. Maybe we're trying to hit up more places.
More?
But I'm just
Well, not
More, not more.
more variety,
Different.
a variety of
More
a more variety of
Yeah.
places.
more gives me hives.
Yeah. Well, I think in total, the way we're talking about doing it, I think it will be more total, but the more we each do, probably not. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, point is, I'm proud of the content. Like specifically, I'm proud of Excess of Flim. I think that was like my best panel this year, and I'm just really proud of the turnout. And like, it's made me think more creatively of like the type of content we can bring to, especially to fandom spaces. So that's cool. But in general, I think like our content this year, like our IRL content popped off. So it is what it is. So I think that's probably what I'm proudest of. What I'm looking forward to is my family's coming to visit me.
Yay.
I haven't seen my little sister or my dad since I left Texas. So I'm real excited. They're coming on Saturday.
Oh.
It's quick.
I'm leaving on Saturday, so yay. I'll cross them in the air.
Yep.
Portia.
I'm like, yeah, I should have had an answer this whole time, right?
We're stalling.
So things that happened this year that I've been happy about. I feel like I like officially figured out like exactly how much I can like handle at a given time. Like, honestly, a lot.
That's real.
Okay.
I will never forget
I
at
haven't yet.
Leaky Dallas, Portia listing off the things that she was doing, talking about how she wasn't doing that much. And me and Delia were like, yo. Like, as she was going through the list, we're like, that's a lot. She's like, that's not that much.
A lot.
And I was just in the back like,
Feels like enough.
I was just
Maybe
like,
more.
Bahana was trying to hide. She was like, I would like to excuse myself from this particular narrative.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I can. If I could sneak out, maybe they won't. They won't notice I'm gone.
He was like thirsty whenever the mountain and the house were fighting. She was like, so yeah, so that's the thing, and I think that's like something that it's like it's hard because like it's especially with like whenever you're surrounded with people you really want to work with, like BGC. I love all of you guys, and it's like I want to do the most for everybody because I love you all, so I don't want to like be short-sighting everyone when I can do more. So that's a good thing. I think it really hit me in Boston though, because like there was one day where my body was just like, you haven't eaten anything all day, and you've been talking a long time, and I think you're blacking out right now. So that was a bit too much, but I think it's gonna be great. I think there's a lot to grow from there. And another thing that happened is that I finally like. I've always been like playing around with story ideas, and I'm always like jumping onto new ones. But there's this story idea that I've been working on that's like stuck around, and I keep adding to it.
Oh, really?
I have to eventually get to writing it. Right now, I'm just like conceptualize.
I don't have any glasses here. So I do the writing.
Here you go.
So one of my goals is to have something like a good amount written of something by April, because there's a lot of things that happen book-wise in April that I would like to like be into. So that's a thing. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm really glad like this past year I've like had the opportunity to do so many things with so many like places and help kind of guide what it is I've been thinking about, because it's helpful. Like I've actually been like, oh, I can manage my time if I do this and that. And then the thing I'm looking forward to is actually putting a lot of my ideas into place instead of just like sitting and like thinking about them all the time. And some of that we'll be doing with partnerships for BGC. So it's gonna be really fun.
Yay.
Anyways, about this thing you're writing.
I know. What's
Do you
that?
want to hear about like I don't want to like I feel like if I say it then I have to like do it.
You
it?
say it,
I
you have
mean,
to do
that's-
it.
that's how it
Is that
works.
not like our mission?
Let me check
No,
the chat. What do they think?
What BGC is all about?
Black girls create.
It's like it's like inspired by like a lot of like dystopian like stories. I feel like it's inspired by dystopian stories, and like my background as a researcher, like using like the scope of like society and so sociological things or whatever as like for how things turn dystopian. And I get to look at it's basically me doing like fictional case study of who gets to decide who is what of what. So like I'm calling it like Arbiters of All as working title, and it's like there's this facility that has different people stationed in different high schools, because I feel like high schools are where people are most vulnerable and when they can first like decide how to like mess people up. And so there's arbiters of like race. So there's like arbiter of blackness, the arbiter of femininity, the arbiter of like mental health, the arbiter of like all things like masculinity or whatever. And they're stationed in different schools, and they're basically setting the example of like who is the most of the thing. And they're going to like, they have like secret meetings. And then the thing is that they kind of like reset themselves. Like they're basically like 40-year-old people pose as high schoolers and then dictating what everyone should be doing. So it's really fun.
It's really fun, she says.
Yo.
Woo!
What? I'm dying.
What do I do?
Yo.
Hey,
Hey,
that's gonna be a good time.
yeah, I'm like, can we
And like for lack of a never
Good
mind
time.
what I'm doing next year. Like never mind any of that.
I'm like, make sure you put me on that critique partner list.
Right? Uh-oh.
The what?
You're like beta reader, like when it's
Oh, yeah,
Right, I'm
I'm
beta reader.
when you got a draft that you like feel comfortable sharing, like I would like to be on that list.
Yeah.
You
I would
mean
like
we,
to see it.
we would like to see
Me
it.
as a whole.
We would like to see it. Hold on, one second. I'll do that.
3 point of views, and I'm gonna need someone to help make sure that I'm like on it for each point of view.
Well, you know, I'm sure you got an outline. When you got an outline, we would like to see it.
I'm great at writing outlines. Mayana can tell you about my outlines. My outlines.
You're right.
Honestly,
On point. I
wish
wish.
my outlines were like that.
I know.
Although honestly, I don't think that it would actually help.
Like for me, it's a problem because I'll just be like, oh, you know, like it's written. It's like the story's written. It's just not written.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's what I say to myself with like stories in my head. I'm like, it's written, it's out there.
Right.
Not, like,
I mean,
out
I have
there.
a story that I basically finished in my head, so I'm good.
Yeah, see,
I like
that's what I'm
y'all.
saying.
It's too bad y'all couldn't read it, but it was
Well,
good.
the problem is
It
you
was
gave us a
good.
piece.
You did do that.
The problem is you gave us a piece of it, and now it's not just in your head. You got to keep it to yourself next time.
It
That's
was,
the problem.
you know, because writing,
Yeah.
that is something that I would like to hopefully get back to in 2020 is writing some more things, and doing more. I mean, I always like one of the things like I want to be when I grow up or whatever. When I get to my ripe age of 200, is I would like to like.
Okay, Baby Yoda.
Right. I would like to. I am Baby Yoda. It's gonna take me when I'm 50. I'm gonna mature. You know what I mean? That's when I like. You know, get into my adolescence. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to like do more interviews and hosting, and you know, I'm trying to get my Connie on. I'm trying to like interview people and moderate panels and stuff like that. And so
I too am trying to get my Connie on.
I think you've been doing
all
right.
Right. But I think that like, a part of that too is just like writing more and putting myself out there so people know that like, you know, I'm out here. So I think that like I'm in awe of you, Portia, because you are like, you know, doing the thing. And like I feel like even though it may not seem like it, like every time you have an idea, like you're still, you know, figuring out like your process and stuff. But I see like how much, you know, how your ideas are like maturing and how much, you know, like first you got an outline and now you got, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just like awe-inspiring, you know, you creating, you know what I mean? Like I see you, we see each other.
Oh no.
And like I want that for everyone. Like I want everyone who has stories in their head to like get them out and like, and then I want to talk to you about them and ask you questions. You know? So
Right.
Boom. Synergy.
So in that vein, what are some things that you are like, anyone else have any projects they're working on they want to like be real vague about?
Yes, I do actually. Actually do I, boy. Basically, Robin, what was it, last week? What were we? Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Let me tell you, Robin, I had hit let's say a roadblock with this thing that I was planning on writing. I don't know, content team. How much am I allowed to say? I don't know.
On writing. First
That you are writing.
Am writing.
That I am
writing.
writing.
Hashtag am writing.
Hashtag am writing. I don't know how much I can say per the content team. That's their call. But
I mean, it is up to you. It depends on how.
Yeah, I think it's up to
It's
you.
up to you.
And how much you want to tease. People are listening, so
Right.
look,
This is the audience.
I
things
can't
are
see
in
them,
the
but
works.
they're listening.
Things are in the works. They've been planned for a while, but the issue is I hit a mental roadblock, kind of my own.
It was only in your head.
Yes, it was all in my head. But if it's
Isn't
just
that
because
what
it happened in my
roadblocks
head, just because it's happening in my head doesn't mean it's not real.
A word.
But we were talking about it, and I was being even vague even with Robin, because I'm like, Robin, you got to finish reading what I've already written before I be telling you plot points.
Hint.
And she was like, well, hold up. Even with what the vagueness I gave her, she was like, why don't you just do doop de doop de doop de doop de doop? And I was like, no, that can't work. Wait.
Also, my dream job, honestly, I don't know how to get this job, but I know that this job exists, is development, because I am so good at throwing out an idea and like having and like a thought out idea, not just like, oh, you should do this thing, but like I can think out an idea and talk you through it. It's just the part where they want me to, do the thing.
Right, yeah.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Tricky.
so the project y'all almost did not get, you will get, and when you see it, remember to thank Robin.
Yeah.
Yay.
I mean,
Also-
you were gonna get it anyway. I'm sorry.
Also, and as well,
let that not happen.
the thing that I have not read yet, because ADD is a thing, which you should know about, Delia.
I'm not judging you. I'm just saying,
I
like,
also had an idea, and I put it out to the community. This is another shout out to our community. And I said, hey, how about y'all read this thing to me, and then I can listen
That was
to
pretty
it.
tight.
And it's happening. So
More
catch
than
those.
once as well.
Right. We got 2 people
More than
working
once.
on this for me, and not just for me, for the world, right? Like
Truly for the
everyone
world.
benefits. And so yeah, there's gonna be podfic of To All the Wizards, and I just need someone then to get on beneath the surface.
I think Lucia's doing that.
Lucia's doing beneath the surface too. Boom.
It's just a matter of,
It's time. That's all.
he's got one voice.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
One mic.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Anyone else want to be vague about things that they're
Connie should probably be vague. I'm calling her out because it needs to
Wow.
happen. 2020.
Wow. Wow.
Watch this
Wow.
space.
and
I mean, I don't actually know which thing you're talking about.
Boom.
well, that's the
The
point.
thing that's in a similar vein as mine.
That could maybe happen over Christmas break. We'll see. But Blaze Ray is out here. School has ended, and that is what I will say.
That's it.
That's what I will say. School has ended,
And
and
Blaze
that's,
Ray's still out here.
there's some plotting. I think last time I looked at it, I had I had a mini breakthrough, and I was like, okay, and I outlined the rest of it, and now there's something in the middle between where I am and where the breakthrough. I think I have to seed some stuff and then finish, I can get the breakthrough out. So I just have to, but I want to remember to seed some stuff, but I haven't looked at it in a while. So I don't know yet. But Christmas break is a time for writing. I've heard.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah, I too have heard that.
Oh, wait. Did I just say, remember when we were talking about what we're most proud of, our accomplishments? I wrote To All the Wizards.
You did.
You did do that.
And it's the thing you did.
And it was
I
published.
wrote a whole fanfic novel.
It was an entire novel.
As did Bayana.
Yeah, we both
wrote
did
a
that,
whole
like-
fanfic novel.
Novella, even. It was like
yeah.
Bayana's
I think
also-
mine was closer to a novella. What did you say, Connie?
How many words?
It
No,
was like
it was
50. It was like 50K. So
I don't
maybe
remember what I was
maybe it's a
saying.
novel. I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because never mind. Because in my head, that's really short.
Because you hate us.
No, because in what I'm writing, in general, that's short.
Right.
For the word count for sci-fi fantasy, that's short.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
There's lots
Well,
of gas in the chat, just so y'all know.
a whole lot of gas in the chat.
Never-
And I think too, I want to like say for people who are not a part of our Slack community, if you are, working on a project or you thinking about a project, but you are not sure or you don't know where to start, like, picture me as Suge Knight right now.
Oh no.
If you don't want someone all up in your DMs, come to the Slack, right? We got gas. We got beta readers. We got hype men. Like, we got proofreaders.
We apparently
got
have
editors.
podfic readers.
We got podfic readers. We got people who don't even know the thing that you are excited about writing, but they want to see it. We got an audience. So I'm just saying, we got a community.
Oh my goodness.
The
hands. So like that part is a lot.
All up in your work in progress, dancing in your Google Docs.
Oh no. I mean, dancing in Google Docs does happen.
And
squeeing.
Yes.
And squeeing.
We're very good at the squeeing.
Lots of gas emojis.
But also, like, have you thought of this? And then oh my God, I can't form words. You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
I
think I said in Delia's.
Yeah, no.
I was like, I'm about to get up from my bed and go across the hall to my lawyer. Like, what's happening? But yeah. Cool. So our next guests, both of them are here. Yay! Okay.
Yay!
So let me add them. And up, scroll.
Hi.
Yay!
Hey!
Friends!
Look at this
Yay!
party!
I know.
Oh my God!
It's serious.
Like, I ain't never done a party and this many people showed up.
We're all here for you, Robin.
No, it's not.
I don't
gonna
have
say
any festive holiday attire.
Fine, don't worry
No.
about it.
Don't
I'm
worry
wearing
about
a
it.
green jacket, so we'll
Yay!
count that.
Yes.
I mean, this is Mickey ear, so it's
Also, I
fine.
think
It can't, but
it's
got that fashionable bow.
Yeah.
It
We
counts.
can't all have like light up headbands. That would just be. That would actually be a public hazard. Like it would just be a health hazard.
Yeah,
All
we would have to have a flash of warning at the bottom of the screen.
like,
Yeah.
hey, yo.
right, so let's
Fine.
welcome Janae and Katie, our buddies, our pals, our
Hey.
friends. Imagine Luna's ceiling,
Yeah.
and it would be a picture of us
Oh.
and Katie and Janae would definitely be up on there too, for
I'm
sure.
dying. That's so beautiful. It's weird because it's exactly what our ceiling looks like. But it's your faces.
Obviously, that's how magic works.
That's how friendship works, though. These are our wizard activist buddies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thanks for inviting us.
If I look distracted, it's because I'm tweeting that we're live at this party. So
That's fine. Me too. Our tweet.
Yeah.
Me too. Are
Yeah, okay. So first, I mean, I don't know who that's watching doesn't know about the HPA and like what y'all do, but just in case, what is the Harry Potter Alliance?
yeah, sure thing. The Harry Potter Alliance, for those of you who are not familiar, we are Dumbledore's army for the real world. So we are a nonprofit, right? Because Dumbledore's army was real big on legal tax filing paperwork. But we use pop culture and beloved stories to help fans come together and make a real world impact. And so we have done all kinds of things from like compel Warner Brothers to make all Harry Potter brand chocolate fair trade around the world. We've donated 400,000 books to communities in need all around the world, all different countries. What else have we done? Last year, we called 7,000 voters to defeat a pro-ICE anti-immigrant bill that was in Oregon or not a bill, ballot measure. So like, basically, it's a wide variety of stuff. And there are so many terrible things in the world right now that we have so many opportunities to fight them and do good. So that's what we do. And we love hanging out with Black Girls Create and doing all sorts of like different fun projects and stuff like that. Portia's a volunteer with the HPA who like kicks ass all the time.
All the time.
It's true.
It's very true.
Yeah.
I think it. I know. I think it.
Yeah. And what else? I don't know. We do other stuff. We have a
what
cool-
kind of, yeah, I was thinking of doing lots of things. What are some of the things that you're working on now, or like in the next year?
Janae, do you want to talk about it? I'm only saying that because I talked last.
I think you should start because I'm not sure which thing you want to talk about
All of them.
on this live stream.
Yeah.
Publicly,
So
perhaps for the first time.
Yeah, it's a funny question because we're working on a lot of different, like we're sort of figuring out next year right now. So we have lots of things that we're like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and we're still like whittling the list down. But we're definitely going to be working on some actions around voter protection and get out the vote, because obviously it's 2020 and it's a BFD. You got to do that. We're like figuring out right now when the next Granger Leadership Academy is going to be, which is like our conference.
The best time, guys. Like, honestly, no, stop. Listen to me. I look forward to it so much. You leave and you're like, oh my God, like there's good people in the world and they're like focused and you learn, learn, and everyone's nice. It's like, it's stupid how they get all of these nice people who care in the same room. And then like afterwards, and they feed you and like, you're like, I feel ready to go. Like, I feel like, come at me, bro. Like, I'm changing the world.
So Robin's been there a few
my
times.
favorite endorsement of GLA there has ever been.
I really
Robin still provides a lot of the excellent programming that teaches people. So shout out to Robin.
I just be there.
Yeah.
Like,
Robin and
Soaking it up.
Portia did two workshops together there last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That were really
Sin did a workshop where like Robin and I were like, you do so much, and Robin, we were just like, you do so much. You do so much.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It was really good. It was good. It was a really good like social activism session. And it was just like, it was good for giving perspective of like, there's a lot of work going on in this space and we're not alone. And like Robin said, there's a lot of really nice, awesome people who are just as like activated to do work as you are. And it's really refreshing to see that sometimes because
it's inspiring. Like, and some of these people are young, like stupid young, where I'm like, when I was your age, I was worried about what NSYNC was doing and not about like what's happening on the planet. And I should have been more worried about what was going on the planet. Like, NSYNC is important as well, right? But like the youth at GLA are like, hey, guess what? Both things work. And I'm like, yeah.
You
Wow.
absolutely can do both. I just wasn't.
Right.
Like, well,
I'm like, no, they showed me like I could have and should have been doing both. I was kind of singularly focused on what NSYNC was doing. But I could have been doing that.
Robin, have we ever talked about that I was on the other side of that boy band life?
Oh, shoot.
I was a real big
Got disinvited from the party.
I
Our senior friend Janae, what are you doing? I love you for always and forever.
Same.
Still.
It's all right. It's all right. We didn't know each other then. It's not a big deal.
I know. I would have shown you the light. It's cool.
You the light.
Oh gosh.
It's all right. I don't really keep up with them now. I just recently learned they're like going on a tour right now for their new album. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, they had a residency in Vegas. I mean, in the long run, like you're doing much better than I am. I got to see Stink at Coachella this year. Also, yeah, going way back to the first segment, that's what I was grateful for. I got to see Stink together. It was great.
Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So what are some like kind of self-care things that you're planning to do for the holidays? Because like, you know, we all need tips. We were just talking about how it's like we could just write all the time. But
yeah,
there's some things that you're planning to do.
Yeah, I came in for the end of that conversation. I was like, yeah, same. That's really, really banking on those 2 weeks to just finish a whole book. Don't know if it's going to happen. Self-care.
Say yours.
Self-care. I honestly am leaving myself like blissfully unscheduled for at least a week. And that is self-care for me right now. Highly
But I have a face of like, who?
I am I'm very extroverted if it's a spectrum, I am at like the edge of the spectrum and have fallen off.
Wow.
I do like 4 hours by myself in my house, and at the end of it, I'm just like, I gotta get out. I gotta get out. So I have the complete opposite plan of Janae, which is why I was laughing.
So it's truly the two ends of the spectrum. Like
you were
I
like,
don't talk to anybody for 7 days.
I'm shutting myself in for 2 weeks and writing a book, and I'm like, good God. But I have like a lot of like friend parties and like stuff like that, so I'm really excited. We have a annual Boxing Day party at our house that it happens the day after Christmas, and it's like it's evolving because it started when Tyler and I, my partner, were really like a lot younger, and parties were a lot more like parties, and it was like intense like party that lasts like 48 hours and like was so hardcore. And now like everyone who used to go to that party, like we've all had kids, and so like the party, we're like, what if we started at like 4 and wrap up by like 7? That sound cool for everyone? And people are like, great, but I'm gonna cut out at 6. But
that sounds more like it.
Yeah,
that's
right.
my kind of party.
Have kids and
lots of friends. I'm excited. That's my self-care thing, and I'm also gonna bake a lot of cookies. So.
Me too. Oh yay!
What's the best holiday cookie?
I am personally a big fan of any like tea cookie, so I really like molasses cookies. I have a list of cookies that I ask my family for a list of cookies that they want. My family is so boring, so they're like peanut butter cookies, chocolate chip cookies. I think the most like
call them out on the internet.
Oh yeah, I called them out to their face. I think like the most interesting cookie request I got this year was Jammy Dodgers, which are like still not that difficult to make, but
harvest tie-in.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, my friend who asked for those doesn't know the name, so she always calls them Jimmy Jams. I say Jimmy Jams and Terry Lewis's, but
I like that better.
Yeah, so I think that like I always try to I add a like ginger snap and stuff like that. So
I like it.
What about you?
Literally, there is gingerbread being made in my household as we speak, and that's what I'm doing when I get off this live stream. I'm gonna go decorate.
Go. I made peppermint macarons once.
Ooh.
And I felt like I had won the Great British Bake Off. Didn't create
the cookie in the middle.
They turned out great. They were.
Great.
I
How was
think
the
everything.
flavors? The flavor profile?
The flavor profile was great. It was not too like pungent, wasn't right in your face. It was the macarons don't really have sponge, but if it had sponge, it was
It would have been
right on
been
there.
perfect.
Yeah, I literally
Good crunch. Good crunch.
I was so proud of them. I brought them to like everything I went to that week, but I just bring like 6, so I would have enough for each thing and be like,
everyone needs to know.
yes, I made these myself with my hands. So I don't know. I might try and make it an impressive cookie, but I don't know. My personal favorite is like chocolate chip, honestly, because I'm also boring.
I mean,
a chocolate chip cookie is a good cookie. I'm not upset about like the end product is really what matters. It's just when you're baking, you're like,
yeah.
How many times have I made a chocolate chip cookie? You know,
Yeah.
So,
my mom's chocolate chip cookies are unbelievable. Like they're so good. And I asked her for like a long time to give me the recipe because just like everybody thinks they're awesome. And she finally let me in on the secret. And she was like, here's the recipe. And she reached into her freezer and pulled out a frozen bag of Toll House chocolate chip cookies. I was like, here you go.
No.
Yes.
Honestly, I did this like, speaking of To All the Wizards and like To All the Boys I Love More, I did try to do like a bunch of different chocolate chip cookie recipes, but Toll House got it. They got it.
Yeah.
I don't know why we trying to do. And also, if you're looking at like the Nestle bag and the Toll House is better. I don't know. It's not that different.
They're not that different, but it's real good. I add cinnamon sometimes to it. So
that
extra vanilla.
Grandma, she's like a prolific like caterer, and she always cooked. And then I was like, one day I'm gonna come down here, Grandma, and I'm gonna like sit with you, and I'm gonna learn all these recipes. And she was like, these biscuits are not made from scratch. I just pulled them out of the aisle. Those biscuits right there, take those. Those are your biscuits. Don't worry about them from scratch. I was like, my grandma, no, don't.
But they still be doing something to them now. Because I'm like,
her oven must have like magic.
Yeah,
That's my grandma. Like I was baking for my grandma for. I was helping her for Thanksgiving, and she was talking about like, cause she'll buy like they have like galettes at like you can get them at like the market or whatever, and she's like, so yeah, I buy these galettes, and then I add like cinnamon. That she just like listed off all these other things she adds to like the thing, and like then it's. It's not the store-bought thing anymore.
Yeah, right.
It's work having to like make dough and like
start from scratch.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do a game before we let you guys go. 2 truths and a lie. Okay.
All right.
Everyone, we got you thinking about 2 truths and a lie, and then we're gonna guess. Anyone want to start?
I'm still thinking.
I know.
Yeah, I'm still thinking.
Oh, but see, the thing is that the BGC crew had this and they knew this was happening. So,
I thought it was just our guess.
Yeah,
we don't have time.
Yeah, it's just our guess. So we don't have time.
But
who's ready? Janae,
this is a hard one.
I'm ready.
You ready?
All right. Yes. Okay. So, my favorite Harry Potter character is Sirius Black. I have 2 older brothers, and I most recently traveled to Philadelphia.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say the travel is a lie.
Me too. I don't know why, but me too.
I'm like trying to like remember all the tweets I've seen recently. I'm like,
I may try to find you on Instagram.
I don't look for me on Instagram. I'm a ghost on there. That looks like the last place I went to was Seattle, which was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Well, we know it's at least.
I'm gonna go with I don't know. I want to
Philadelphia since then, though.
No, I know, but I'm saying like it can't be like from that long.
I feel like there's some shenanigans afoot. So
I agree. I think your favorite Harry Potter character is not Sirius Black.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because I would get the lie out of the way first and then feel like I'm like grabbing for truth.
Hufflepuff.
That's Ravenclaw logic,
Yeah,
okay?
That's where I'm at. So
When do I reveal?
Portia, you have to guess too.
Oh,
And
I
then
was
you can
with
reveal
Brian and Robin. The lie. is-
Okay.
Okay, I will reveal. The travel is definitely a lie, and Portia definitely knew that because it was New York City last night. I have a lot of favorite characters though, so like favorite character is
It's a tier.
a tier rather
Yeah,
than.
Agreed.
So that one was tricky. Okay,
right,
you ready?
It's a tier.
I think so. Okay.
Okay.
I was once a trolley conductor. My
It has to be true. And also, we have more
my
time.
I
favorite
just immediately thought of Homegirl on the thing.
Oh, Charlie Witch. Janae, the
Oh, God.
original Charlie Witch.
Oh no.
That's what it
have I done?
was.
What have I
That's what
done?
it was.
That's what it was. My favorite Harry Potter character is Ginny. And I was once on Reading Rainbow.
Whoa.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Wait.
Hold up. That's true.
I know the lie. I'm not gonna guess because I
I'm
know.
gonna say that you were on the Reading Rainbow and that you were never a trained conductor. 'Cause I feel like that's a lot of like, you gotta go to school and stuff.
Trolley conductor.
Trolley.
I feel like feels different.
Trolley.
Lot of schooling that goes into. You can't just be a trolley conductor. They don't let anybody conduct mass transit like that.
I'm also going with trolley conductor just because I want the Reading Rainbow to be true.
That's also important as well.
Yeah. I'm
All right.
gonna go with that one too.
I'm going to choose to believe that you were a trolley conductor and that you were on Reading Rainbow, and choose to disbelieve your favorite character is Ginny.
No?
Portia, you got anything?
I feel like I know that the Ginny thing is true.
Yeah, she got like a zine about it, right?
Yeah, we had like talked about this before. I feel like I've heard the trolley thing before, but I don't remember what I remember about the trolley thing.
The context was it was another game of two truths and a lie.
So I'm really just I'm gonna go with Reading. No, because I feel like that would. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go with Reading Rainbow as a lie, but I don't feel like that's right.
Yeah, so my favorite Harry Potter character is Harry Potter. As much as I am Ginny Weasley.
I could have sworn you told us that your favorite character was Ginny.
It's too obvious.
And that's
I
why.
do love Ginny deeply. However, Harry James Potter is the child I will protect against all the haters all the time.
Who likes
I
Harry
know.
Potter?
I know, it's so weird.
That is
why
also
I feel
a
like I
point.
have to like protect it. It's like, no,
All right,
he's my
all right.
favorite.
So you were
Listen,
on Reading Rainbow. We got to
Wow.
talk about it.
What episode?
Well,
Because those
wait.
are on. We are
I-
all the time.
I could not tell you what episode.
I'm gonna find you.
I won
Don't worry
a
about it.
contest in 3rd grade because I wrote and illustrated my own picture book, and then I got to read it as like the end thing of one of the Reading Rainbow things on PBS.
Wow.
That thing,
And the trolley conductor, real quick. Let's
So in Tucson, which is where I live, there used to be a historic trolley where you could volunteer as a trolley conductor. So I didn't drive it. A conductor is just the person who takes like the money and like shows little kids how to honk the horn and stuff.
vindicated.
Indeed.
trolley
Everyone was
versus
right.
train. Your lies your
I
truths
know.
were so much better than mine.
I wouldn't have had any sort of good truth. Like they would have been very boring.
That 3rd grade Reading Rainbow situation has helped me in Two Truths and a Lie for the rest of my life. Like
Right.
the ROI on that has been super high.
I have a friend who was on a Hooked on Phonics commercial, and she also uses it for Two Truths and a Lie.
That's what it's for.
Mm-hmm. Hooked on
Now
Phonics
I'm
works
going
for
to
her.
use that as 2 truths and a lie.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be my lie.
Right. It's like,
Yeah.
I was once on Reading Rainbow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, yeah.
That's a
I
good
feel like
one.
if I were on Carmen Sandiego, if I were on that as a kid, I would use that forever. I'd be like, no,
Yeah.
I
know-
was on that show.
I know multiple people who were on Guts.
Really?
They don't know each other. I have met three
You just
different
attract
people.
people who are on
Three
it.
different people, none of whom know each other, have all been on Global Guts. One of them won and had a piece of the crag, and they had every party that they had in college, like on the flyer or whatever, it would say whatever the theme was, it didn't matter. It would say at the bottom, "Come touch a piece of the aggro crag." Every single time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did
what
it
else
work?
do you do
Did
then?
people come to do that? Did it work? Did people show
Oh
up
yeah,
to do that?
people absolutely came like just to be. I just want to see it. Is this a house with the aggro crag? It is. Cool. It is. Yeah, it was great. As people who frequently have to host live streams, I want to check with you all. Are we overstaying our time, or we're still good?
I think we gotta.
We have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just aware, like guests stay too long, and you're like, get off. Go.
I also like Robin kicked us off for like 2 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah, we were trying to like
Yeah,
cover
I
the
was
time.
She
pausing
was
for that.
like,
I was
Let's
trying to
just
look
leave.
at something, but I'm 108. Which you
Well, thank you all for having us.
Yeah,
thank you so much for
Thank
joining.
you.
This was
Bye,
wonderful.
you guys.
Yay.
Have a great
Happy
rest
holidays.
of your party. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, and then we have.
Oh,
Hey.
Hi.
It just popped up. Yes.
Nice.
I'm not wearing
Nerds,
those.
nerds.
What's that?
And then we're waiting on Nicole, who's having like
Technical difficulties.
Are we
yes.
with Nicole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you read the message?
I read the message.
Some of us read the message.
I thought I understood the
And
message.
some of us didn't.
I thought it was like different time slots.
I'm gracious.
Yeah.
Nicole's on this time slot with us.
I understand now. I understand. Where you at, Nicole?
She'll
She's got technical issues, but she's coming
she'll
back.
be here. But while we're waiting, introduce yourselves. Hi. Thank you.
Hi. I'm going first? So I'm Brenna. I'm part of the Queer Archive with Caitlin.
I'm Caitlin. I'm the second half of the Queer Archive.
What is the Queer Archive?
For those at home who
Thank
don't
you
know.
for a follow-up question.
It is a podcast, a queer and feminist podcast, where we watch and respond to episodes of Doctor Who.
Starting with Capaldi.
Starting with Capaldi,
You mean Kapapi?
and
I'm so sorry. Starting with Capaldi.
thank you for
Thank
that. The one and only Kapapi, sir. And we will someday, some
Some
day in the
distant future. Yeah.
get to 13 and on. But I mean, I feel like we're gonna be doing Kapapi for another year.
I think so. Yeah.
We started like way back. We're like, why did we do it like this? We're never gonna catch up. But you know,
It's fine.
you guys know. You did the Harry Potter podcast where you did each chapter, so it's
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I do. We did. Oh, it did take us 4 years. I was like thinking back, like we did.
We did that
We
thing.
did do that.
you guys were like different people 4 years ago. That's wild.
Truly.
It's weird.
It
I had
truly-
a friend who was like, I had a friend who was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to your podcast, and it was before I had met them. So like we started the podcast before I met them, so they're like listening to stuff from like 2 years before. And
Oh,
they're like, oh, but this was so cool, and I'm like, it was like really trippy. I don't know.
I literally don't remember that conversation.
Yeah, I was like, that's wild.
Oh, that's going to be a fun thing as you guys get further into the podcast. It's like people are going to find you at different times, and they're going to be listening to like episodes that you did
Yeah.
months, years ago, and then like
Yeah.
and you're going to be like, I don't even know. I don't know what I said 20 minutes ago. I have no clue.
And you're like, wow, you were wild what you said about Harry, and I'm like, I said a lot of things.
I said a lot of things. I don't agree with all of them.
My views on this text have evolved. Okay.
I mean, my views on this text change minute to minute anyway.
Yeah.
So
I'm
then,
usually like, whatever I said, I stand by it. I just don't know what it was I said.
I'm also a Gemini and frankly fairly contrarian. So if somebody comes after me, I'm like, I'm gonna dig my heels in on the opposite just for fun. Why not?
Why did you two decide to start with Kapapi?
That was me.
Yeah. I think when 13 came around, that's when I was like, so I need to start a podcast. I don't make the rules, but like it needs to happen. Like that's when I like something changed in me in my relationship to Doctor Who and the fandom. But at the same time, I love Capaldi so much. And I think that he is both of our doctors at the moment. And
interesting.
It just made sense. Yeah, it made sense because like we love Capaldi's season with Bill. So we debated starting with there. But it made sense because he has such an arc to start at the beginning of his arc so that like getting to Bill's season made it like worthy of talking about, like where he started off. Yeah.
Also, I'm real pushy, so I was like, I want to do Capaldi and I want to start at the beginning with his first episode. Okay. So that was how that conversation.
Because otherwise you would have been waiting like a ton of seasons to get through if you started from the beginning before you got to your favorite. And that, like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't even an option.
I'm not backtracking all that way. Yeah.
We were not about to start, like,
it's
at
so
Rose
hard
or anything.
now. Yeah. Oh, my God, bros.
No. I just, like, skipped over, like, not even acknowledging that that's an option to start, like, at Rose. Or we've only watched, like, one Classic Who little bit. I would say episode, but they're all, like, 2 or 4-parters. So we did the Who for Schools bonus episode for the Curse of Fenric, which was super fun, actually. It was really great. So that's our one Classic Who episode that we have.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's about where I am with Classic Who.
Yeah. Who against guns.
We did, I did one like when I first started watching it, and I had like I don't think I was finished binging, but I was just curious, and it was on Netflix at the time, and I watched the Pyramids of Mars just because I had a feeling it was going to be super racist, and it was. And I don't know why that's what I felt like watching, but like for some reason I was like, I just want to see, and it was hilarious. Like it was the part where it was funny. I was like, wow, y'all are really doing this. That's great. I mean, it's not, but like just the commitment, like
the commitment to trashy.
I was like, alrighty then.
Yeah, I think I did Pyramids of Mars, and I did like, what's the first like episode that they have?
One, I think.
Yeah.
Is that the Aztecs?
Yeah,
I think so.
And they like the teachers follow homegirl home from school, and I'm like, that's inappropriate. Like, even if you are worried about her, you stalking your student, and I feel like there's a better way. I think I did that one, but that was.
If you want more of these lovely Classic Who discussions, check our Patreon tiers, and you know,
those are coming eventually. The new season doesn't love like BGC's content calendar, but they're coming.
No. Yeah. And if you have a favorite Who, something that you want to share, if you give us a sharing charm and put it in the notes, we're going to read them live on air. So, that's the way to get into this conversation right now.
We lost Nicole again.
Carl.
All right. Well,
let's play this game because we're a little behind.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we do.
The CPT is added in.
The CPT is strong in this one.
It's also planned for,
But just at least, we go with the flow. Okay, so we didn't really come up with the game, we just made it nerdy.
Yeah.
So it's called Cuddle, Marry, Exterminate.
Okay.
I see where this is going.
Yes. And so we have a few little things. One of them is for Nicole, so maybe one is like specifically for her. So I hope she so the first one is the 10th Doctor, the 12th Doctor, and the 13th Doctor.
Wait, what?
Cuddle, Marry, Yeah,
and
cuddle, marry,
13.
exterminate, 10, 12, and 13.
Exterminate
Their
10.
faces, I love it.
Exterminate 10.
Yeah, he would exterminate us.
Mr. Genocide.
Mr. Genocide.
Wow.
I think I'd cuddle 12 and marry 13.
I would. 13 is like made for cuddling. First of all,
You think I'm not gonna cuddle the person I marry?
that's cheating. That's cheating, right?
That is not cheating.
Well,
No, I think cuddle. I think
I
cuddle
actually
means
play this game.
it's a
I want to marry somebody who has high emotional intelligence.
I think
I mean,
cuddle,
you're not wrong.
cuddle. The difference between cuddle and marry is cuddle. You cuddle once. It was a time was had, and then you move on. But marrying is like a long-term cuddle, a cuddle that you would like to repeat.
I want to cuddle multiple times. So
Yeah.
Cuddle 12,
okay,
marry 13.
yeah, absolutely.
I said what I
Cuddling
said.
12 will just be for laughs because that would be awkward as fuck. It would be like Missy
like, I don't
in.
It'd be like this.
Is it over? Tell me it's over. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, wait, let's see.
Let's
think
see.
we might
I really
get-
want to hear Nicole's answer.
Yeah. Nicole, can you try to talk?
Are you here?
Are you here?
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can.
Okay.
Hey. Yay.
Literally, my face was on the YouTube stream, but on my computer, it's like there's an error. So I literally didn't even realize until I looked at YouTube. I'm like, oh, I'm in here. Like, I don't know what's going on.
All right. Well, we're just gonna power through. So we're playing Cuddle, Marry, Exterminate.
Well, firstly, for our
Oh,
people
right.
at home, this is
Yes.
Nicole. Nicole, what do you do? Introduce yourself.
Hold on, let me try. I think I can fix this. Hold on.
Caitlin just said she
You guys, I
they
can hear you,
forgot
but it's
people
like
were
so
watching.
weird. I don't it's like it sounds like y'all all sound like robots, and it's so weird. So it's like, hey, Nicole, like y'all sound like Daleks. Actually, that's what it sounds like.
We sound like Daleks.
This is so insane to me right now. Like it's scaring me. I'm like, okay,
Great, because the game we're playing.
Well,
Yeah.
you sound great. So let us know who you are and what you do.
I don't know what's happening. Sorry. Okay.
Oh no!
It has
Yeah.
like it has to,
We can
like,
know without
have
a technical difficulty.
technological issues.
The magic is too strong.
Yeah. Okay, so hopefully she can get back.
Yeah.
But
We'll circle back and she can.
yeah. The next one is Bill, Yaz, and Martha.
Oh, how dare you? How?
Oh, just wait.
This is nothing.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Oh, I'm ready.
I've exploded in my mind. What? Okay, you go first.
Exterminate Martha. Sorry, Martha.
wow.
Exterminate
Ouch.
Martha. I said what I said.
I mean,
Cuddle
I get it.
Yaz. Marry Bill.
There are
I mean,
no
it was
wrong
gonna be
answers.
painful.
They're all
regardless.
yeah.
It was like,
We
no
designed it for
creation.
maximum pain.
yeah.
I'm an Enneagram 8. I'm born for difficult.
No, yep, that's what that means.
I have
I'm
like
definitely
a
a wing
rising
one.
keeper, so this is not going to be good. Okay. What were my options again?
Martha, Yaz, Bill.
I'm gonna exterminate Yaz,
Whoa.
and I'm gonna cuddle Bill, and marry Martha.
I
Martha's a
would've
doctor. Listen.
I would have never
Listen.
guessed that. I would have never guessed that.
They said hit it and quit it with Bill
Which one is Bill?
Portia
Did I mention Martha's a
Portia's
doctor?
like, I don't go here.
Portia doesn't watch Doctor Who.
I know who Martha is. It took me a second to remember who Martha was.
That would
And I'm
be
like,
so fun to cuddle.
I know who Yaz is, but who's Bill?
She
Oh my God.
Have you not? You haven't watched season 10? Oh, Bill.
She doesn't go here. She doesn't go
It's
here.
okay. She's not a Doctor Who. But like, you should still know who Bill is, though. You know.
We'll have
Bill
to fix it.
Potts
We'll
basically
rectify.
is constant with an accent.
Oh, okay.
Y'all are monsters.
Amani is in the live comments going, wow. Wow.
I know. Horrible people.
Again, this is nothing.
I was gonna say you're saying Bayana and Robin, but let's go to this was specifically Connie. I just want to let you know who to
Yes.
send your hate mail to.
Right.
And to be
The
upset.
I'm
Hufflepuff
ready.
is who we're
I'm ready.
going to be mad at.
I'm
Um,
ready.
So
All right.
Tessa Thompson, Lupita Nyong'o, Janelle Monáe.
Oh.
This was specifically Connie.
We were
Specifically for Caitlin.
The Badger came out. She was like, "Oh wait, who's playing this game? I got it."
Designed to hurt you.
Maxwell, listen, we do it for the content. We do what we have to do for the content, okay?
Oh my god!
I thought we were gonna be talking about like self-care, not anxiety around the house. Okay. Oh man. So I would cuddle and marry Janelle Monáe.
Cuddle and marry.
They're killing everybody else.
And then together we would exterminate everyone else. No. I literally can't exterminate any of those.
You have to. That's the
No.
game.
The just dejectedness in there. No.
What if Janelle Monáe was like one of her like clones? Can we like exterminate a clone? Like like Cindy Mayweather.
We're really pulling at threads here.
And be like, chill.
Slytherin, avoid the obstacle.
Which one of those can like the king of Asgard like come back to life? Is that like a Asgardian superpower?
Sure.
That's just Loki.
Hmm.
And
Damn it.
yeah, and he's a frost giant, so.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
he's from the Jotland or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Guggenheim. Jotunheim.
Yeah, Jotunheim, right?
I always want to say the Guggenheim, and I'm like, that's a museum.
That's a museum.
You're not from there, but.
Okay. Well, you have to go first.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the pattern.
I would exterminate Lupita.
Ooh,
I would
ouch.
cuddle Janelle. I would marry Tessa.
Wow.
They thought they were going to get a longer break off of me.
I had my answer, but then I thought of another idea.
I would feel sad about exterminating Lupita, but I would do it.
You still said it. What if Lupita had
Girl, that's not the game. You can't change the rules of the game.
I love a tether.
Avoid the obstacle.
She has a tether.
No, I
Right?
love that they're coming up with different
switch
scenarios.
a little bit.
I love it.
So
They're
go
like-
with tether.
They said we will not have it.
And then cuddle Tessa and marry Janelle. I did it. Where's my gold star?
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
The tether was the key.
Oh my gosh.
They did it.
Anyways,
Good job.
how dare you, Connie?
For the
Like, that was
content.
specifically constant.
That was an attack. I'm not gonna lie.
Quite a lot.
It was great.
So much anxiety.
If Connie was ever hoping to be like a guest on Queer Archive, I think that game is dead
Right.
now.
Check
Oh,
it off the
man.
list. Fine. That was great.
Yes, thank
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Where
Thanks for
can we
coming to our
find-
party.
Yeah,
Where can you find you?
Oh yeah. Twitter at Queer Archive Pod. Instagram at Queer Archive Pod.
Although we don't post there a lot, but when we do,
No.
it's shit posts.
There's more coming.
And we post episodes every Monday.
Episodes every Monday where all podcasts can be found. And we have an email address if you feel like emailing us. Is it thequeerarchive@gmail.com?
Yeah.
Or is it? Yeah, thequeerarchive@gmail.com.
I'm going to email this question to the Queer Archive at gmail.com.
Email tons of pictures of Janelle, Lupita, and Tessa just to make it better.
In the TARDIS.
Yeah.
All
And the
happy, all alive.
None exterminated.
Gobbling in the TARDIS.
No Daleks.
Thank you. I will sleep safe tonight.
Well,
All
thank
right.
you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Happy
Bye.
holidays.
Yeah,
Happy
happy
holidays.
holidays.
All right, we're
Just chugging along
Yeah, we
here.
are. But next is Kayla. Yay! Hi.
Look at her in her professional setup. All this stuff in the background. Like, okay,
YouTube blogger,
sis, show up, why don't you?
How's it going?
I'm good. How is everybody?
Good.
We're good.
Good.
Chugging along. Getting it together.
I'm strong within us, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all good. Connie ruined my plan, by the way, because my plan was to wear my mini ears, and she has hers on, so I just didn't want to feel like.
But we're
twins.
Why not go?
We are twins. Okay, I'll put it.
Oh, wait,
on.
no. Wait.
Oh no, she's like, we can really be
We don't
twins.
do it. I love it.
It's always been a thing that Kayla and I are sisters from very different misters. But, and this is one reason why.
No.
A lot of Mickey ears.
Yes, all of that. So that just makes sense. And you had them ready to go.
I know.
You.
She had a different hat. Like,
She had a hat. She got a whole setup over there.
I'm unpacking.
Costume changes.
Just, you know.
No, she had them ready.
There we go.
I got everything.
They just happen to be near. I need to put them up somewhere.
Kayla, introduce yourself to our people who may not know you. Most should, but just in case.
That's sweet. I'm Kayla, and my Twitter handle, Instagram handle is Maria_Hisela, so that's where most people know me from. I'm what Connie called a timeline terrorist. That's what most of you guys call me. Timeline terrorist. I am a digital social marketer, so a lot of content strategy and things, and get to work with some pretty cool brands. So, I mean, that's great. I did a little hashtag called what Black Panther means to me, and I do some of the guest playlists for BGC. So
yeah, you do.
BGC DJ, more like.
So what are some plans for self-care that you have for the holidays?
So what's nice is like my mom does a Christmas party for her and the grandchildren, so a lot of self-care will be on Friday night when I drop off my child and then go drink and see Star Wars.
I approve of this plan.
Yeah. So that would be a lot of that, and then like also like this is my time to do like a lot of cleaning, especially when like the break falls. Like if my son is gone for the first half of the break, I get to get everything clean, done, and just have like time to decompress. And this is the first time I'm actually taking off days before Christmas, so I'm half day Thursday this week, off all day Friday, off all day the Monday before Christmas Eve, off Christmas Eve. It's going to be nice. I'm really excited. So I never take time off. I never do anything like that. So a lot of cleaning, a lot of Star Wars, a lot of Lord of the Rings, because as Connie knows, I do that. So that's the thing that I do over the holidays is, just get real excited about all my binges. So I try to just take myself out of like all the mess that goes on and kind of just like shrink back into my bubble so I can get ready to kind of start new for the year. So I really try to go hard in like organizing and cleaning. So like this live stream was great because I had not set up my area yet. I still have to do my desk downstairs. So I was like, I just make it look nice and everything. So and it's just like these are the things that I keep like in my space to like be creative and stuff. So it's nice to be able to do all of that and organize and get back to feeling like myself. So that's kind of what I'll be doing over the next few days.
Nice.
I love it because a lot of times people think of self-care like only as like, relaxing or like, aromatherapy. I don't know, like things like that. But sometimes it's like getting your stuff in order and cleaning and
Cleaning
making
is
sure
not
your area is
self-care
good.
for me.
Well, it can be, and so I think
For some people, but it is not me.
It's more like
Yeah.
I was like talking to my mom about like trying to do better with self-care and like working out, and I was like, but I was like talking to her about how I have this mental block around it, and I realized it's because I think of it as a punishment. So I'm like, that's not care, like that's not fun. Like, why would I do that? But yeah, it's like it's hard to figure out like ways to.
Fine, I'll reframe my thinking.
You have to take care of yourself. I'm not saying I have yet reframed my thinking because I have not. This conversation happened like last week, so it's not happened. But it was like, yeah, it definitely was like a wake up call. I was talking to her about it in that way.
Yeah. So I have a question.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. So while you're doing all of this like wonderful self-care, what music are you listening to though?
Oh, I'm so glad that you asked.
With the 8-second fade in or what?
So my go-to playlist whenever I am organizing, cleaning, and I get it because I was raised by Southern Black women, is I go to my Earth, Wind, and Fire playlist.
Yes, yes.
And so it's like Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's the Spinners. It's Roberta Flack. It's Stephanie Mills. It's Denise Williams. So like that is like that's when I feel like my best is when I like next Saturday coming up. Like I know I'll have to get a lot of things ready because like our plan for Christmas is to redo my friend's room. So my plan is like get up and turn that music on because for all of us it's a trigger. All of us have our trigger. My trigger, the only thing that's not really on that playlist is the Commodores or Lionel Richie because that was my mom's like, hey, by the way, get up, you're gonna go sleep. But for me, those songs make me feel good. And if I feel good, then I'm going to do those things. And so that's where I find my groove and turn into
quite literally.
Yeah. My trigger, as you said that, I was like, wow, my trigger is definitely let me clear my throat. My aunt, no, I swear to God, my aunt used to like whenever we would spend the night, she would wake up on Saturday blasting that, smacking dishes together. And then we'd have to clean up. When I say freeze, I'm like, no. Let me clear my throat. Like it was making on blast.
Wow.
My Auntie Gina is wild. She stay wild. She's still wild. She probably jamming to it right now. I don't know. It gives me a little twitch in my eye, but I also feel like I need the bed to be made at the same time.
Well, my mom, like, mom's Southern or whatever, she's also kind of, like, younger than a lot of my, like, friends' moms. So she was, like, a 90s listening to music mom or whatever. And so, like, to this day, Mary J. Blige, I can't. Like, we have a respect for each other. I see Mary, but I'm Mary.
And my mom is really young too. So like the other one, for a long time, me and Brandy's Never Say Never had to break up because my mom, that was her other go-to because that was her other one. And she was younger, so that was one of her other ones. So me and that CD had to break up for a while. It's one of my favorites, as Connie knows. And I love it to this day, but it was a very big cleaning trigger for me. And so, like, as soon as I heard that airplane, I was like, all right, no, we're good. Like,
not the
airplane. No. As soon as the airplane and then straight into Angel in Disguise, I was like, nope, all right, we're good. I can't do it. But now, I love it. I'm back in it. But yeah, those are the things. Like, as long as, like, I think that's been a big thing for me too, especially with organizing and just kind of trying to feel motivated even to go work out. Like you said, I just had to find music is such like a big deal to me and it means so much. And I've had to find ways to like help me find meaning in other things that I do. And so it's helped me with like organizing and cleaning. It's helped me with going to the gym. As soon as I found that those songs like motivated me to feel something, that's just, and cleaning is a big anxiety thing for me too. It helps me work through like my anxiety. Like I was talking to Connie earlier, and my anxiety was through the roof. So I got up and I just unloaded the dishwasher and then loaded the dishwasher, and then I was like organizing things around. But that I think that's something that organizing and cleaning has really been a self-care push for me in the past 2 years or so, because it helps me feel grounded. Because once I'm done, I've finished something, because then I can look at something else and go, all right, so what's next? And I think that's been like a big thing for me.
And another thing about like reframing like self-care, like something that Katie shared with me like a while back from HBA, who was just on here, she shared that like sometimes like the end result like of cleaning, like just having a clean space is the thing that's helpful. It's not necessarily like the cleaning process, but just like having the space. And I think that sometimes helps whenever it comes to like, oh, like I'm actually taking care of myself by making a space clean for myself. Now I can actually breathe and think.
Right.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree with all of that.
Nice.
Okay, so we also have a game for you.
Yay!
Connie also did this, so it's just
I didn't come up with the name.
Last one on here, Connie, you're a bitch. Yes.
I'm not. I don't.
I didn't come up with the game name. I just did the verses.
I came up with the game name.
She did.
Rob would just be throwing that word around. Anyway,
Bitch.
Oh,
yeah, you said bitch.
Yeah.
It did not sound.
That is not what it sounded like.
It didn't sound like that at all.
It did not.
Wow.
You are benched. My bad. My pronunciation. My enunciation.
I was like, dang.
It's like, dang. I didn't even know you knew Kayla like that. This is wild.
My fault, y'all. I'm sorry. But also, sit down. Sit down.
Sitting.
I'm upset. Okay. So the name of the game is Accio or Baccio.
Accio is in summon.
Accio is a summoning spell. And during Wizard Team, I asked the question, if you summon by saying Accio, how do you dispel or repel? Is it Baccio? Go back.
yeah.
We haven't figured out yet if that is an actual spell, but it is in my heart. I made it up at school. So you have to accept one and reject one, basically. It's like one gotta go, but there's only two. All right?
Okay.
Accio you accept, Baccio you reject.
Okay.
Baby Yoda or Baby Groot? It only gets harder.
Okay. Oh, okay. Accio, Baby Yoda, because he has a very special place in my heart right now, and I think I'd do just about anything for him. Saying Baccio to Baby Groot just seems so rude. But I have to go Accio to Baby Yoda.
Here.
And Baccio to Baby Groot. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's terrible.
All right. TLC or Escape? Where's your beard?
Twirling my mustache.
Oh God. Okay. I have to say Accio TLC because that was the very first album I ever owned.
Nice.
So, and technically I was too young to be listening to Escape. So I'll Baccio Escape on the strength that I need Tiny to stop modifying herself with things. And I will Accio TLC. Oh, Jesus, that was rude. And Connie.
But in some ways, you can keep Escape then because, like, they wrote some of TLC's music. So
right.
Like,
you know, that's the best world.
Because No Scrubs, Tiny, and Candy are still
yeah.
royalties.
Mm-hmm.
So
this actually came because I was actually having this fight during Thanksgiving. We were having this TLC versus Escape fight. And I was like, but Candy wrote their songs. And Escape was on the Mickey Mouse Club. And that matters.
But TLC was on all that, and so
And they also
So
did
exactly,
my favorite episode.
the
But
jury
she also
rests.
did my favorite episode of Living Single, so I have to say that's my favorite episode of Living
Let's
Single
go
is
with
when
that.
they are plaguing Overton. So I have to say,
All right. Well, going to pop. Brittany or Christina?
that's 100% Accio, Christina, Xtina, and Bacchio, Brittany.
I mean, I feel like that was a rest. That was a gimme.
It was yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
because it was a rest because
Our last one.
of this one right here, which I'm personally offended on your behalf.
That's why Connie got benched /
That's why Connie got benched so hard that my enunciation went out the window.
I don't remember writing this, but it must have been last week. It's fine.
I don't remember seeing this. Wow, it's rude, and I apologize.
I don't even go here, and it's rude.
Wow, John Boyega or Oscar Isaac? That's what I said.
I'm thinking Viola Davis. Let's think about hers. Let's go.
Let me channel Viola Davis.
Not the Viola gift.
The Viola Davis.
Channel the Viola.
Oh no! No, that's terrible.
First off, they together. They go together.
They come as a package.
They're a package. Look at her just enjoying it. Slytherin.
That's negative 15,000 points to the bad place. What? I'm sorry.
Bad Janet is waiting for you.
Oh my god. That is so, like, they both mean so much to me.
Butthole spiders are waiting for you.
She like split me in half because the Latina is like Oscar and the black girl is like John. And so
Fine, I'll make it easy for you.
Kayla had you in her wedding party, and this is what you do to her.
This is how you treat her. This is how you do her.
I'll make it easy for you. John Boyega and Oscar Isaac versus Adam Driver. I already know.
Oh, well, like, that's nothing. That's
Yeah,
not even.
Exactly. I made it easy for you.
What I thought you were about to do was make me pick between Manny Jacinto and William versus John and Oscar.
Well, now you have to do it though.
That would be fighting. That would be fight worthy.
Can I?
But now you have to do it.
Can I split the difference?
Connie, no, you have to do that one.
Yep, Connie, you have to do that one. Exactly. How
No, I feel like I have an answer, but either way, it gets me in trouble. Like no one.
I love Oscar with my entire heart. But John's answer about what happened when he went to and he had people twerking on him and whining on him.
Oh, like Carnival. Mm-hmm.
And
He just wanted to whine.
He's like, I just caught wine. And
I'm
was
just trying to catch wine.
Can you catch mine? And solely on the strength of that, I'm gonna say John. Also, because he has his twist as Finn in the movie, so I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
None of these choices reflect my real life husband.
Disclaimer.
I know it's a spicy white, so this is like.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, or we could do Cap versus the Winter Soldier, but then your answer is
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I'm like,
same.
I just want to note that in the chat they are calling Connie a monster in several different ways. So
listen, go for the content, okay? Wasn't that fun?
No, that was mean.
Not for Kayla.
I didn't have to choose anything.
Right.
Oh,
My heart
man.
hurt for you on that last one though, because I refuse.
See, Connie, when I was putting up the rest of the stuff in here, I put up this one with you in mind, and you did that, and that was rude.
I'm just gonna be cute. Doesn't hide it, Connie.
Yeah, no.
We
all
see
know.
you. We see you.
Connie is a
Hufflepuff banner.
Hufflepuff, my ass. Slytherin, just hiding and waiting out underneath.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just because my hair is now green.
That was Darren.
That was during icing stage, right?
You're talking to someone who's a Ravenclaw Slytherin, like, so I know.
I game recognized game.
Raverins, show up, stand up. We out here. But Connie's got a snake living in her that's waiting to bust out her neck at any moment.
That's what she said.
Isn't it time to move on or something?
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kayla.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and your holidays, and I hope that you reevaluate your friendship. We love you. We thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you guys for having me.
Wait, where can people find you real quick? I know you said at the beginning, but recap.
No problem. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Maria_Gisela. I'll spell that part out. It's GIESELA because people will leave out the first E. And you can find me on my website and get any of my marketing services, and that's k-marketing.com.
All right. Well, happy holidays.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Bye.
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 All right. Now, last but not least.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
She's like already. So we got.
Oh, God.
We got Eliana. Oh, my. Here.
Hey guys.
When
They came in with the
asked
energy
Deb,
I expected. They came in with the exact energy I expected.
when I asked Deb if she could be on it, she was like, "Yeah, and I'm gonna be in my bear onesie," and I was like, "All right." She was ready.
Relax, bear. Relax, Kuma. Hey guys, how's it going?
We're chilling, but I took them back on.
I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I had my ears on, but I took them off.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't know. I was feeling it, and then I wasn't feeling it, and then I don't know.
Want to go grab it? I mean, I'm not gonna stop you.
Yeah.
We got 15 minutes.
I'll
Wait.
grab it. I'll do a grab and grab.
I got options.
She's got, Connie's got like 25.
Flopping the whole time.
Yep. Kind of got outfit changes going on here.
I might as well do one more.
Why not?
Last one. Oh my gosh.
I have a lot of these.
What?
I do not have any ears that I used to have. Like the amount of ears I used to have and autographs. Can I just tell you that my Disney autograph game
Yes.
was on point?
From, like the characters in the park?
Yes, I had like so many goofies.
Sorry. Memories.
Yes.
Like chasing them down.
I was like, I got it. Vicky! My daddy's like, we was here yesterday. You got me because that's a different one.
It's a different
Aladdin called me his princess.
Right. This is Safari Mickey.
Wow.
I gotta collect them all. That was my Pokemon.
And
Disney character autographs. That was my Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. Yes. Girl, you go to Disney, you get the autograph book.
I feel like I've never seen the characters there. Am I just not paying attention?
You're not paying attention.
I don't know. We're all seeing that happen.
And then you gotta get the extra big pin. They fit in their hand.
Oh,
I had that huge
they got
pin
on the hand.
Yeah, as someone, I was
a
a Tweety bird That was my first job. And let me tell you, those big pins help because some people will hand you a normal pin and I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
That's not a
Like
thing.
I got 4 fingers and like what am I?
Wait. You mean to tell me that there is a person in there?
Shut up.
What is the truth?
No. What? Sorry, you cut out. I can't. No,
you were inside a Tweety Bird?
No.
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 The whole world is shouting.
I just mentally synced up with Tweety Bird. Tweety's Tweety. I just mentally synced up. I have these powers. It's wild. Anyways.
The whole thing.
Magic.
So hi.
Who are our guests, guys? Who are our guests?
Oh yeah.
We just switched straight in.
So my name's Rilakuma. So that's me. No, I'm Bay friend Deb. Debalicious, Deberific. I write your newsletter every Sunday.
Yeah, she does.
You're welcome.
All of the jokes fit to print. All the good stuff. You can always tell when Deb is like really into a news story because she'll be like, it's long.
It's mad long. It's mad long.
So good.
She's like,
thank you.
So Donald Trump was doing some things and
they messing up. Like this week.
So good.
Read the newsletter this week. You'll see what I'm talking. You'll see what she's talking about. If you read the newsletter.
Haven't read this one yet.
That's fine.
It's
free.
It is free.
No, I read it all the time. I just haven't done today's episode.
Today's chapter.
Yeah, I read in the newsletter.
Well, thank you, dear.
Like,
Speaking of newsletter, just real quick, have you guys sent out your comments, thoughts, feels? I need. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me if it ain't good enough for you. Tell me. Tell me what you want. Give me that feedback. Give me that feedback.
Anyone listening, this is why Tab and Eliana are our final guests for the evening.
Can't top it.
You gotta end on a high.
The thing is, you can't start singing Drew Hill and then we don't all obviously join in. That's the thing.
Thanks.
We have to do it. We should all be up on our feet doing the move, to be honest. Oh,
stand up.
We're just all tethered to the desk.
That is true.
I had my headphones in, but I had to take those out to get on my nerves. My ears are really
Who are you?
I forgot. Hi, everybody. My name is Eliana. Hi, everyone. I'm a director and a writer and a producer from Chicago, Illinois, and that's who I am. Thank you for inviting me today. Appreciate that.
The chat's talking about big
you're
energy.
You're just gonna not tell anybody about Hermione Granger? I mean, that's fine. I guess that's fine. That's fine.
Right.
I am a writer and a director. And I created a show called Hermione Granger and the Quarter Life Crisis. There we go. So that's what I do. That's a part of what I do. But then I had to do a strong departure.
She said that's 2008.
Yeah.
Life is full of those strong departures.
No, but the funny thing is, I actually just started listening to the first book again today.
Oh, the Wizard Team?
No, like the actual book.
The book. Listening to the book. Oh, I was like,
I have not. No, I like jumped into a Cursed Child episode, and I was like, "Oh Lord!" Like,
why did you jump in? You gotta prepare yourself for that.
You got a shout out recently.
You did.
Oh, I did. Oh, because
we were. Cause I don't remember. I think it was the end of Act 2. We were talking about how we had to keep the secrets. And you left the end of Act 2 and you just went on about your business to London. Meanwhile, we had spent months. It was a year. We would have secrets.
It was a long time.
She was like, if you tell me I'm a block you, not be friends with you, nothing. And she didn't even have the decency to finish.
I was like, don't ruin this for me.
You don't even know what happened.
They ruined itself. They ruined
I
itself.
have no idea what happened. Actually, the chapter that I listened to, I was like, oh wow, all this happened in the book. I was like, oh my god, I hadn't got
you'd seen that part.
No, when Scorpius came back and he was evil and some other stuff.
That's Scorpion King. Yeah, she had left by then. She didn't.
I didn't get any of that
because you didn't come back. You weren't even in the building.
I did come back. I saw the end of the show.
Oh, you did?
Part 2?
What?
Well, this is the thing. I tried because I had left my bags in the cold chat. Because I had left my bags in the cold chat. And so I tried to come back and pick up my bag. But the girl was so moved by my story. She was like, I'm going to let you back in. And I was like, fuck. But I didn't want to be like, no, it's fine. Just let me come back, please. She was like, we'll take you back into the theater. I was like, oh, that's great. Oh my God. And I was like, listen, don't worry about it. Honestly, it's fine. I made my choice. I just have to live with it. She was like, no. Because I told her, I was like, you know what? I was able to see my friend and I hadn't seen her in a couple of years and I just made a choice. And she was like, I'm going to get you in that theater. I was like, girl, I'm God.
This is the same evening.
The same evening.
Because the thing is 6 hours long.
6 hours long. That's what
I know. I was imagining she forgot her bag and then was just like, oh, I'll get it tomorrow. And then you went to the theater the next day and they were like, girl, we can get you in.
I did the Sunday. I was ready. Before the show started, I was so ready. I was like, I'm going back to back Sunday. I'm not waiting on nothing. And I was like, get me out of this theater. Somebody. So I saw the end of the show. Oh my God, well, Voldemort. Oh, I don't know what. Never mind.
No, I don't. Do what you got. I mean,
please.
It was so bad. The part where somebody that was bad came and was walking through the really emotional part. People around me was crying and stuff. And I was
they were crying. I was so mad. I was really sitting there like this.
Closing my eyes, making noises. I know I was so obnoxious.
I mean, she said
Robin laughed out loud. I didn't remember what it was. She just went, ha!
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm glad me and Robin didn't sing together.
Oh, we would have got kicked out. We would have been kicked out.
Because I was by myself and I was like,
Oh my God.
It's terrible. But thank you guys for keeping the secret. I really appreciate it. It meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's me, guys. I'm Eliana, and I do stuff.
So let us know. How do you guys do self-care through the holidays?
You go first, Elle, because.
Okay. Well, the funny thing is, this is my first holiday party in life because I don't celebrate holidays during this time of year. So I actually don't have like a special holiday self-care thing because December is just December. But however, I am like off and on into Kwanzaa. It's one of those things, like you'll have years where I'm like, oh, Kwanzaa's so fun. And years I'm like, damn, did Kwanzaa pass already? Oh my bad. I like go back and forth, but I feel like really this whole year, like basically from last November, actually when I wrapped Hermione to now, has honestly been like a year of just extreme self-care. And that is and I think a big part of it, I'm already a very open person, but I've just been like really just like expressing myself to people.
Oh no.
It seems like I'm open, but
that's dangerous.
No, it's not. I've just been like being really honest and authentic with people.
Ooh.
But it's good. It's good.
It is good. It is very good. Don't listen to Robin over there. Don't listen to her.
Y'all don't know Eliana. Eliana being really open and authentic can hurt your feelings, man.
If you're not ready, be ready. Like,
Thank you, Portia. Yeah. You got
Yeah. But
better out than in.
Better out than in, and I'm finally starting to embrace the like better out than in. I just be saying stuff now. Hey, Ribbit. That's been my self-care. And also moving around a little bit. My self-care is just going with the flow.
I like it.
Yeah.
I wish it could be like that. Maybe
Go
next
with
year,
the flow.
2020.
But I don't have no so it's easy.
You want to go with the flow, but you want to also like take Eliana's advice, but like don't practice it the way Eliana practiced it.
Don't get stuck in concrete.
No. Let me tell this story.
You got it. All I did was get that.
Because this girl came, she decided she was going to go to the Her Festival, which is in Concord.
It was so good.
Concord is in the middle of nowhere, y'all. Like, not really, but
I mean, it is.
It is an hour away from my apartment where she was spending the night. And so she stayed, but Bart stops running at midnight. So I got a call. I'm waiting for her, you know, whatever. And she's like, first she texted me. She's like, I'm going to stay a little longer. Just go ahead. Go to sleep. And I was like, all right. And then I get a call and she's like, so Bart's not running, so don't worry about it. And I was like, okay. And then I woke up and I was like, wait, what do you mean don't worry about it? Where are you staying? And she was like, I'm going to figure it out. And I was like, but wait, where are you? I'm in Concord. I'm at the grounds. And I was like, okay, but where are you going? I'm gonna figure it out. I was, girl, what? She don't wait for me. How am I supposed to go to sleep now? She said, go ahead, go. I'm stranded. Go ahead, have a good night, please. I was like, let me call Uber and go find my car, because you know me, I never know where my car is, so I had to go find my car. Oh, no. And then as I'm driving to go get her, she is in the middle of there are no lamps, there are no lights.
It was so dark.
It was so dark. Really? She walking, she's like, I'm next to the you know, self-storage. I'm next to a self-storage space. I was like, girl.
No,
trying to get murdered on my watch.
Let me tell it from my side. Okay. If you're in town and there's a music festival, it's gonna have like 40,000 people, and the festival goes to midnight. Why wouldn't you have the train running after certain hours?
That is a very good question.
And this is what was so crazy. On the festival,
down in the background,
take public transportation. You can take BART. We have shuttles going from the thing to BART. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm in line for the shuttle, and first of all, the shuttle line was like so long. And then finally, I was like, we've been in this line for a long time. I'm like, yo, these shuttles is looking funny. So then I started asking people, and I asked one of the workers. I was like, when do the shuttles come in? Like, how frequently does the train run? He was like, oh, BART stopped running. I'm like, so what the fuck, y'all? Excuse me. So why y'all got us in line for some shuttles to a train that ain't running? So of course I started telling the whole from like guys in line, like the train ain't running, BART ain't running no more. So the line kind of like erupts into chaos because everybody was waiting on the shuttle to get to BART. And I was like, why are y'all having us standing in this line waiting on the shuttle for a BART that's not coming? So then, of course, I started trying to do Ubers, but the line to get Ubers is long. And the Ubers to just get out of the place, I was like, okay, I'm going to just leave the parking lot, get a little further so I can get an Uber. Then, of course, the further I get away, I'm like, ooh, this is, woo! No sidewalks. So I was like, is there animals out here? In the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night. And I was like, okay, I see some lights like further down. And I was like, this is going to take me all night. So I just tried to call Robin to be like, Robin, look, this is going to be a while. So
where were you going?
I was
don't
know. At that point was just out of the middle of nowhere. Then when I got to like civilization, I was going to figure it out at the next step. I don't know what's down there. So how can I make plans on it? I got to get there first and see what's possible.
Where was she going though? But you know, her self-care, go with the flow. She didn't know, but also she didn't know where she, like if this was Chicago and she was like, I'm gonna be late, go ahead, I would have at least felt like, okay, well, she knows where she is. The first, like, you ain't. First first off, the last time she came up, she was like, "Oh, by the way, I'm in San Francisco, but I didn't tell y'all because ain't nobody trying to come to San Francisco." We're like, it's 7 miles away. It's literally
like, oh my bad.
It's a 10-minute BART ride.
Like, oh, I passed by Fruitvale and was like,
oh.
But that's because in my head, whenever me and Bayana connect, I'm like, yeah, people from the suburbs say they from Chicago, but they be off in places I ain't never heard of. And she always like, yeah, San Francisco and Oakland. So I'm like, yeah, they're not close enough to do a swoop in. But then again, I passed by the Fruitvale station and I was like, actually, quite close.
Yeah,
that wasn't it. That one was it that I was like, oh damn, this is way different from what I thought.
Yeah,
because y'all know, Bayana be on it like, no, San Fran is not Oakland.
It's not Oakland at all, but it is close enough.
I never put it in like a Chicago versus Bolingbrook, and it was came through and you was in Bolingbrook, I would be like, look, I'm sorry, but I don't know nothing about getting to Bolingbrook. I appreciate your visit, but we're gonna have to catch it on the next one. Like, I can't get to Bolingbrook.
When Eliana come visit you, just make sure she don't have no say in, what is
the activities that she's doing.
Not even the activities, but just what is and what is not an acceptable distance or like inconvenience, because she'll be like, I don't want to inconvenience you, and therefore I'm going to be out in the middle of nowhere, nothing,
but I did
walking,
and I called because I didn't want you to worry or be like waiting up for me to show up, and I was like, I ain't gonna see this for a minute.
She didn't want me to worry while she was out in the middle of nowhere.
I'm like, we're looking at a strong tomorrow. In my head, I had already accepted. I was like, I'm clearly sleeping at the BART station. I'll see Robin in the morning.
Oh, see, I was going to say for a moment that you sound very adventurous. Like, that's something I would do, but in Japan, where it's safe. Like, I know I wouldn't have to worry. Like, if I slept at the train station, I know I'd be fine in Japan because ain't nobody running up on me. One, because I'm black. Two, because it's Japan and there's like not a lot of violence and that kind of stuff going on there.
What is it, Concord?
I mean, it's gentrification.
Yeah,
it's America. So I mean, and we're black. So like, black in America is different from being black in Japan. Although somewhat similar, but like I won't.
It wasn't like I was just gonna go and like lay on a bench. I was like, I just need to get to where there's lights, where there's a place. Yeah. I just need to get out of right now. I'm just in the middle of nothing.
But don't you think the smartest thing to do would have been like, hey, Robin, so I know I told you didn't have to worry about coming to pick me up, but BART is no longer running. So how about...
But that would have inconvenienced you.
I don't like inconveniencing people.
Do you know what would have inconvenienced me more? Is if I would have woke up in the morning calling Eliana's phone, and she did. She gonna go.
I did. But she's here now, and that was a wonderful story.
The thing is, because I know that I'm gonna live to be a really old person. Nobody's gonna be killing me on the side of the road. It's not happening. So what I'm not gonna do is die in Concord.
So, hey, Eliana, what was your battery percentage at? I think I need to know.
Hold on. My battery was good, and I also have a portable charger that was full. I made sure it was full. Listen, I know how to be in the streets.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I got being in the streets down. My battery, I could be on the internet. I could be reading. I could have fun waiting on the BART to come up. And I was like, I just left this amazing festival. I don't want to now be salty because of the BART. I want to still be happy. I had such a good time. I was like, you know what? It's whatever. Sometimes waiting all night is the cost of a good time. Otherwise, then I'm gonna be in Concord, which is like, as she said, in the middle of nothing. And I had, I was like, I don't want to be salty at midnight, surrounded by some damn trees.
And coyotes.
Weird. As opposed to my emotion. But that's the other thing. I have also decided going into the new decade, I will start to inconvenience people because I'm like, that's actually just learned behavior from a bad relationship with my father. And so I was like, okay, you know what? It's okay to inconvenience people. because as Robin said,
Especially if your safety is on the line.
Especially if I think I didn't feel like my safety was on the line, and I don't know if that's just a mental problem. I didn't feel like I never was like, oh God, my safety is at risk. I was just like, I'm gonna be sitting up here all night, but oh well, I had to get back. Like that was my thought process. Right. Oh well.
All right.
Okay, but anyway,
you stressing our listeners out. So,
Deb,
enjoy life and to love myself enough to inconvenience people because it's most likely not that big of an inconvenience.
Yeah.
It's okay to take up space. That's my self-care.
There you go.
Take up the space. It's okay.
All right. Deb, what's your self-care?
Really, it's just chilling, because especially this holidays, being close to like friends and other family members, I get to be a Debbie Downer now. I was trying not to be, but my mom passed this year, and that's been really difficult. Debbie Downer now, but so I'm officially an orphan. Does that count? Is that how it works? I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. But I don't have a mom, and my father passed on Christmas Eve. And so, like, we still get together as a family to sort of, like, celebrate his life. So now it's going to be celebrating his life and my mom's life. But, like, outside of, like, that moment that I'll have, I'm trying to spend as much time with other friends and then just relax. I hope it's not, like, you'll probably see, I'm always elusive. Like, I'm never in the Slack. And then, like, every now and then I'll dart in and dart out. But you guys might see me a lot during the holidays. So
we probably, well, I was gonna say we probably won't. Fail to Slack quite frequently.
But yeah, time with friends, and especially because it is the holidays. I don't see Connie. I don't see how you do your job, girl. Like, well, I know you're not really. You're always like watching TV and watching films and commenting. How? What time?
But not
with what time?
But like not anymore.
I know.
Like, I'm barely watching anything.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much. Like, there is so much that I'm behind on. Like, The Good Place. What's that? What's that last season? What was that?
That's the thing I'm caught up on. That's the only thing I'm caught up on. I got nothing else.
This is
so I feel you
behind on that. Yeah, but I think I'll be doing.
And watch that. Who?
Who is that? Who is us? We?
Who is us? I don't know.
Who's us? I know I'm behind on that too. I don't know.
I never was on it.
I haven't thought about that show.
Broadcast TV is way too stressful. I said broadcast TV is way too stressful.
All TV is way too stressful right now.
With 1,000 episodes.
We're just like keeping up.
Like, you know what? I'm not going to stay with this show for the next 70 years of my life. Broadcast have me out here.
I'm trying to think of something that's that I've been hearing a lot about. It's on Netflix. It's like a black comedy sketch.
Oh, Astronomy Club?
Unicorn.
Yes, that's it. Astronomy Club. But I did like Unicorn Store. Astronomy Club.
It's a quick
have you
watch.
watched it?
Yeah, it's a quick watch. It's funny.
Yet.
See, that's something heavy. But it isn't broadcast, so that doesn't.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Broadcast is special.
Just waiting on you, Elle. Just waiting on you.
I know. I found a writing partner recently, and that's the thing, because I've been so open, more open than usual. I've been like attracting people into my life. And I also decided to fully embrace being like a fuckboy for a time.
Oh.
So,
Hot girl winter, hot girl fall, hot girl all of them. Okay.
She said hot girl 2019. That's what she said.
Getting numbers, texting people, not saving them. All of that.
I love it.
Great. It's great. Yeah. And I've been writing. I got my little writing partner.
Is this, just from getting life experience, right?
I'm getting some life experience. I'm ready to get back out there. I'm writing my first feature. All that stuff. That's the part is writing. That's why that writing has been really difficult, to be honest.
Writing is so hard.
Writing is not.
But it's also very rewarding, and we want to encourage people.
Yes, Robin, it's very rewarding.
Listen,
Robin,
mind your business.
Founder of Black Girls Create
Community, and look at this community of creators we got going on here, thriving. Thriving.
Yes, I'm gonna claim it. I'm gonna claim that.
I see you in this community as well.
I'm gonna do some creating in 2020.
I'm gonna do what?
Some creating.
I am. I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I gotta do something. In 2020.
Yeah, just do it. Whatever. Plus,
my whole goal for 2020 is to make it to 2021.
Yes.
In whatever form that takes.
Amen.
Yes. 2021.
I'm gonna get there.
I like this. I like this, Robin. The hell of a goal.
Right?
Wow.
I mean, I got good friends like Elle who's like, listen, I don't got no space, but if you want to come to LA and let's work it out, we can work it out. I'm like,
I'm like, for a day, a weekend, a couple days,
like,
what you want to do?
We got it. I got some floor space. Come through.
Come through, girl. We'll sneak all over town. We'll just go play. Do some things. I went to see Mariah Carey recently, her Christmas show in Vegas.
What?
Oh my God.
You better go ahead and live.
And this is the thing, because I've never seen Mariah live. I feel like my fandom definitely, I like made it with her Up to Charm bracelet. So like I got like Mariah in me. But you know, people get older, vocals are not what they used to be. And I don't fault singers for that. So I was like, I don't know, this could go either way. Oh, the vocals. Oh my God. First of all, me and my friend got to the front row, by the way.
Of course.
Of course,
it was amazing. And Mariah was like,
every Eliana story is like, that's how we got into the VIP section.
I love them though. I love these stories.
Hold on. I just had an inspiration. First off, my favorite Coachella performance was texting Eliana to figure out where she was at Coachella. It was a performance. Like by the end of it, all of my friends that I was with, they're like, "Where Eliana at?" I was like, "Let me see." Like, did she do it? Did she do it? Yep. Like she ahead of us. She up there. She's out here.
Where's she at? I know. So fun.
But also, I've been stressed about how I'm gonna get to Harry Styles, and now I feel like I have a way.
Oh,
I'm gonna make Eliana figure it out. I know.
Yeah.
I saw you at the last concert.
You did. That was so fun. Oh no! And then we made a connect at the venue at that time, but I think she got fired.
Ooh.
She used to text me, and this is good too, because she met me at a Harry Styles show. She's like a manager, so she was like, "Yeah, I'll do your shows," and she kept hitting me up with all these like rock and roll concerts. And finally, I was like, "Ma'am, I don't know none of these people."
I'm sorry for this man.
Because she was like, I saw this black girl at the Harry Styles thing. She was sending me all kind of bands. I think I know these people. And I was trying to be nice, like, oh, well, I'll see if I know anybody who wants to go. I'm not super into this. And then finally, I was like, ma'am, I don't like this. Send me some stuff you want to go to, and then we'll do better. But yeah, I think she got let go. She probably got caught.
Let everybody in.
I think my girl is gone. So we need a new plug. But yeah, we should do Harry. He's good. I love his album.
I know.
So good.
Yeah, but you saw Mariah Carey. I derailed the conversation.
Oh yeah, that's what I was just saying. Just going to enjoy life. I feel like, I don't know, it's just like so bad. You know, the UK just had their election. Yeah. Donald Trump is trying to get 3 full terms. Like, stuff is just like funky. So it's like, I gotta go to concerts. And I don't know. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'll just get too depressed.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I
absolutely.
Just like enjoy life. Because otherwise, it all kind of sucks.
I literally told my husband, like, going into this Christmas, I'm like, we have to do Christmas up because like things suck and I need this.
Have fun. You need to have fun. My brother came out to visit me because he's also been kind of like going through a lot of stuff over the past few years, and he's just been like just not doing well. And so when he came out here, I was like, look, first of all, I never have money. And I have to tell I don't have no money, but we're just going to wing it. And he just had so much fun. I haven't seen him have that much, like, just fun in, like, years. He was laughing and everything like that. And I was like, do this more often. Like, carry this with you because you're sitting up and all this, everything is going wrong. That's all you're thinking about. Da, da, da. You're never going to get out of it, ever. So we just went out. He just, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, he made me walk everywhere, y'all. Oh, my God. He made me walk everywhere. I was like, we should take an Uber.
Sounds like a
Didn't you say you ain't got money?
But he had money.
That's why he got money. He don't be riding Ubers.
He got money. And I would be like, oh, I'm looking. I was like, oh, the Uber is just going to be like $6. And he was like, if it's $6, that means it ain't far. We can just walk. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, man.
That's how he got money.
That's how he got money. Honestly, that's how he got money. No. That's how he got money. But he also, I'm happy to meet him. So.
All right. So with everyone else, we played a game.
Oh,
so with y'all two, here it is. Though here's what it is. With y'all two, we were like, how about this? How about y'all just try to convince us of one?
This one is not on me.
This is on me.
This
is all me. So I want each of y'all to think about an unpopular opinion, an argument that y'all get into all the time, and convince us why you're right.
Me?
Yeah.
Unpopular?
I have 1 to 2. 1 to 2. No, you think I do, but tell me. I have 1 to 2.
Okay, well, let's just say a debate that you find yourselves in. Convince us of why you're right.
Listen, let me talk about this Queen and Slim Bull. All right. I hate it. Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. I mean, beautiful scenery. Maybe want to visit Louisiana. Like, Louisiana looks like it.
That's an unpopular opinion.
Well, see, some people feel like
we're sensitive.
Some people feel like.
Again, girl. I think you gotta go again.
Okay, let me go again then.
She was like, I'm gonna let her have this one.
I know, let's let her have it.
I was ready for the argument.
Yeah, it's a debate. It's happening. It's a debate.
Ain't no Queen and Slim.
She was ready with the feelings and the arguments. She was ready and I mean arguments like debates.
No.
I mean like
this
points.
Is classic Eliana. Classic Eliana. Beauty and the Beast was a flop. Bow Wow wasn't popping, and nobody likes Queen and Slim.
Bow Wow wasn't popping. That's not unpopular. Bow Wow wasn't popping.
He isn't popping.
So you think
he wasn't now?
No,
he wasn't.
You compare him to Britney Spears. I'm like, no, popping on no Britney Spears. He was.
Like I said, this is
He was. Girl,
classic Eliana.
For black people, I
was gonna say to black people, you gotta look at who you're talking about because Britney Spears is kind of like a Taylor Swift.
Black famous. Britney stuff like that, but what I'm not gonna do in the streets is be like, oh, Bow Wow and Britney was the same level of famous.
No,
Black famous. We did this already.
Black famous.
He was black famous.
And that's great.
No, but he was at the time. He was on TRL with all of them.
Girl.
Like Mike, like he was in major films.
He didn't have the same longevity.
No, he definitely is not.
But in his moment,
okay, everybody name 5 favorite Bow Wow songs. Go.
Oh, wait.
Take you home.
Just don't know. Like, it moves so fast. Across the floor. That's how
And
that was good.
And what's the other one? The basketball one from Like Mike.
Yep. That's what I was
we played basketball.
Okay, great. What else?
That's 2 right there. We don't need time.
When they came out, dang it.
I don't need time.
The one with Omarion. And the one with Sierra.
Yeah, the one with Sierra. The one with Sierra. Girl like mine, no good.
He was in a song with
Girl
B5
like
though.
mine. That song.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Wait, no, that's it. Is that Sierra?
That was
That's the way you feel when you hold me. You come out. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And then there's one with Omarion.
You know
that
the
I
worst.
can't think of right now.
You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the song.
Yeah. Listen,
Mario.
listen.
With that feature.
No strings attached.
Wait, what?
Up against the wall.
Oh,
Girlfriend.
That's not.
What are you doing?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Selfish.
No, that's not why we're here.
It's not.
So okay, but
It's
anyway,
gotta be me.
the point is, Deb, you can't try to do Queen and Slam like that's controversial. It's not.
Okay.
You gotta give us some good stuff. I
got nothing. You got one?
Yeah, you what you got?
I'm Love and Peace.
We just had an argument just now.
Love and Peace.
We just did Eliana.
Because we all agree. This is the thing. I never said Bow Wow didn't
It's
pop.
true.
I don't know his name. I'm not arguing to her. She was like, oh, he was the same big as Issy and Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys. And that's the child. I was like, no, he wasn't. And she's like, Britney Spears was begging him to be on songs. I'm like, you're lying. That's a lie. That's a lie. Britney Spears wasn't begging Bow Wow.
No, so we were in a conversation and the girl said he was big at the same time. He was on TRL. He was one of them like teen.
But she said
stars.
he was a big ass. And Robin, you know.
Well, I also know that
She's like, I can't.
well, not even that, but I had blinders on. Listen, if it wasn't in sync, I wasn't interested. So I can't gauge what the rest of y'all were listening to.
But what I know is that people, even if they like Britney Spears or not, can sing some songs. A lot of people I can walk up to them and be like, oh, give me some Bow Wow songs.
I gave you two.
We came up with a good number of them, right?
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like we have 5.
I don't think we did 5.
We did 5.
What was the 5?
We did We'll Take You Home.
The one with.
Uh-oh. Can I bring some
Kayla
controversy
said
from the
Paula was
outside?
carried by features.
Connie, you're right.
He was a feature artist.
Wait,
That's how I feel
wait,
about
no,
it.
wait.
Brown is like mine.
Look, Kayla is in the chat. Kayla, who was here just a little bit ago, is in the chat.
That's what I said. She cracked it.
Bow Wow was carried by whoever was the feature. Alone, Bow Wow sucked in all caps.
No, Dog Pound was a good album. Dog, whatever that one was.
See, maybe it was.
Doggy Bag was a
my
good
problem
album.
is that I was like 7 when Bow Wow was big, so of course I don't remember.
My parents were like, "You're not listening."
Doggy Bag was good.
He's not popping like that. He never was. He was like.
He had an album named Doggy
I'm just
Breath.
saying he was popping. He was popping. He is not popping. He did not have
a good album.
Not popping.
I'm just saying he wasn't.
No, wait. No. He had an album named Doggy Breath.
No.
I don't know what these albums were called. Doggy, all type of stuff, girl.
What is happening?
What is this true about?
How did that happen? Bow Wow because I don't like who he is currently, but Doggy Bag was a good album, and I was
Doggy Bag.
Doggy what?
Doggy Bag.
Like he named his album after what I picked up.
11. Snoop Dogg did that.
That's right.
He was older than me.
No, you know what? Good for him. Good for him. He was 11. He had some records. Good for him. That's good. That's really special. I'm proud of him. Oh, wow.
Kayla said that's why he broke now.
It's true.
Because his albums were called Doggy.
I mean, I'm just thinking.
I'm listening.
When you say Doggy Bag, I'm like, uh-oh, did I have an accident? Let me go get it.
that was some branding. You know, we should talk to Jermaine.
Yikes.
But I was like, good for him. Like he had a moment. That's amazing. Everybody don't get moments.
Yeah, everybody don't get a moment.
They have eras. Like, when's the last time we heard Ashanti?
That's a big difference.
You know?
Yeah.
Who?
Isn't Ashanti supposed to be going that concert?
She's going to be on that tour. Yeah. The Millennium, the new whatever tour, Scream tour.
I don't care about Ashanti when people are talking about J-Lo. At this point.
At this point, that's true. That's true. Poor Ashanti.
I know.
Unfortunate.
But I'm sure the check still cash. So
Maybe she'll be on Masked Singer.
Maybe.
And get a whole new lease on life. Though I don't know.
Do they? I was gonna say.
I still don't think
I love Ashanti. Ashanti is my girl. I'm not sure that she has the vocal
capacity, range
for the Masked Singer.
Range.
I'm not sure that Ashanti is what they're looking for.
I mean, they got,
But listen, that's my girl. Y'all don't understand. I love Ashanti. Okay, even now, Ashanti is my girl, right? That's my homegirl. But I would never be. Now, granted, at the beginning of their careers, people was being like, "Oh, Beyonce's no Ashanti," but to me, the Bow Wow, no, but that's crazy, right? People
it was a time.
They were. There was a
time. Really being like, "Oh, but Ashanti is the queen of R&B." But I feel like if somebody in a few years was like, Beyonce and Ashanti had the same career, wouldn't you be like, that's not true? Wildly incorrect. That's how I felt.
But they were big at the same time.
They were, but they didn't have the same career.
No, but that also wasn't the argument. The argument wasn't.
The argument was that he was as big as the rest of the people, and it came from NSYNC. The argument was first that he was as big as NSYNC.
Basically, the moral of the story is don't argue about NSYNC with me and Eliana in the same room.
But again, that was an unpopular opinion that like you had in the other discussion. But what is one of Eliana's actual unpopular opinions?
Right. I don't have any.
Girl.
I know. What do I have? I don't have any.
Weren't you there for the like original Slack burning? Like, didn't you come in hot there too?
We don't talk of that. We don't speak of.
No, but I'm saying you got them.
I don't remember what I said.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to bring those up. I'm just saying that's proof alone that they exist.
I'm like, what was that?
I mean, it would be different. It's difficult because of where we are now as a team and with the reread over. But I would say like a lot of your Harry Potter opinions were controversial and brave.
Time.
And brave. I will say that. You may not be wrong. You come strong. Right. You come strong.
Yeah. But I'm not incorrect.
But you're not always correct either.
What is your non-Weasley? Because I know your Weasley ones. What are your non-Weasley unpopular ones?
I don't think
Give us a Harry Potter opinion, like the character Harry Potter, not the series.
But the thing is, I can't remember. By the end of the book, y'all didn't like Harry anymore, right? Y'all don't mess with Harry, right?
Yeah, I've never disliked Harry. I think he is who he is, and I just feel like people try to pretend like he was a great wizard.
I mean, that's a problem.
Yeah, or that he was the worst.
I always said that. I always was like, Harry really was like a basic tier.
Yeah.
He really wasn't shit.
No.
That was the
But
point.
That was the point.
But it's also so it's like, what's she gonna do? But see, that's not unpopular anymore. Now everybody knows it. I don't have any.
What about you, Deb?
Yeah,
I genuinely can't think of any.
I can't think of it. I think they just come up in the moment.
I'm ready for Deb's Queen and Sugar.
Yeah.
I have rants. I have things I'm passionate about, but like, nah.
Ooh,
let's
hear a rant. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do a rant. Rant on something.
No, I mean, it's kind of down now. My little Queen and Sugar.
Queen and Slim.
Slim. See, now I'm all over the place. But no, like I had a feeling it was going to be the way it was. Spoiler for anybody that hasn't seen it yet. Niggas died.
Like, no, me and Deb keep cussing. We're not supposed to cuss, I think.
Is it like set it off? Like, is it at least like a like?
Oh, it was but to them, while they're standing defenseless, about to escape.
Yeah, and then but also then like the black dudes turn them in. Like
yeah,
they
and
this
I wasn't
whole journey of like black people coming together and keeping them safe and like
right, like that. It
and
just
then,
sort of neutered that
and
whole
then
thing.
just some dude with a grill count his money in.
That's my unpopular opinion. Lena Waithe is an op who don't like people from the hood.
Really? Tell us more. You got receipts on these? I'm always ready to learn.
What is this that you children are talking about? What does that mean?
You are not the oldest person on this.
I think I'm the oldest person on this.
In my soul, I'm older than Eliana. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll let you know.
I just don't know. I don't know what the kids are talking about. I don't know if that's a word. Oh, okay. Just say fed. What is an op?
It's an operative. An operative. Like a.
Oh.
It's fine.
Yeah. You doing dead drops and don't know what op means?
The opposition.
Oh, opposition. I was thinking, okay, as you heard, I was thinking something else.
Because you could have somebody on the block could be the opposite just against you. But also the kids.
But I want to hear more about your thesis. Tell us more. What makes you think that she's part of that position that she doesn't? I'm sorry.
That she don't respect people from the hood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at her work. The work speaks for itself.
I can see it.
I mean, even to go off of Queen and Slim, of all the characters in this movie, you have all these different black people that come across. One person who was an immoral person, the poor dude with the grill in his mouth.
Right.
Have you seen The Shy?
I have seen some of The Shy. I haven't watched it.
I've never watched it.
You have opinions about The Shy? Because it's, Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, that's not watching it. That's my opinion.
I thought you always have really interesting opinions on black directors.
I know. Those, to be honest, that's probably my most controversial opinion. But I never.
Let's hear them.
Because it's like I don't want to just be. Cause like
trying to get
work out.
Right. We can.
But the thing is, like, it's really hard to get to that level. So it's like I respect that they're there. It's not easy. When you get there, you gotta make all type of choices, and so I dig it. I just like some people's work, and I don't like other people's work.
I found my unpopular opinion.
Oh,
go for it.
You guys promise to still love me?
Ooh,
I promise.
I like that.
At the very least. One of the twins.
Give it to me.
Okay, Delia promises to love me. Who will still love me?
I'll never stop loving you.
Bayana
promise.
Always. What was that? L? I didn't hear that. What was that?
That was L. L said she'll never stop. Give me the juice.
No, I just have feelings. So you started talking about actors and, well, really directors, black directors, who were some black directors you don't like. Portia and me as an actress, it's not someone that oh, that's right. I didn't mention that. Hi, I'm Deborah. I dabble in acting. I also like to adventure and travel.
We travel together?
Yes.
Oh my God! Can I
listen?
come?
I got some dough, and I'm like, really? If I'm not, because New York is playing these games, and I'm trying to get back into New York City, and I have money now, and my credit score is great. I see you, Connie. But like, because I don't have a job right now, they're like, oh, hey, apparently the laws changed too recently. You used to be able to be like, here, man, take this money right here. Let me pay off a whole year. Let me pay off 6 months or whatever. But apparently they don't do that anymore. So I'm having a really difficult time. Right. I see that face, Portia. I'm having a really difficult time getting back in the city.
New York is not even that big a deal. Like, it's not even okay.
What were you
Portia
saying?
hates it. She's trying to get out.
I believe the South is nice. You got land, but I mean,
and it's
as an actor, I like stage.
I'm from the South,
so,
you know.
I know.
You know.
I'm out here in DC paying these DC prices, and I'm already like, when are we going home? This is wild.
But
unpopular director.
Unpopular opinion. Love Lupita Nyong'o. Love her. She's gorgeous.
Here we go.
She is
Here we go.
Lovely, beautiful brown skin. skin, brown skin girl. But that little thing on Twitter today, absolutely gorgeous.
I know where this is
the word of flame, the heavier flame.
Let's say it, girl.
But I genuinely don't believe that she deserved that Oscar. Now, I love 12 Years a Slave. It was great. But when you look at her character, who really went through, like the character herself, she went through some ish. But I want y'all to go home tonight. You're already home. Rewatch the film if you want to subject yourself to that. Right.
Haven't seen it the first time,
but she didn't really, in my opinion, she didn't really do anything.
But
I really don't
deserves
see
Oscars because half of them don't really deserve it when they win them, especially.
Right, that's true
we
too.
Don't want, no,
we know who deserves them, and we know who don't get them. So
right. But the movie and so I watched one of the other films that happened to be up that year. It was Amour. A film about. Do you remember that, Elle? It was a film about love, and these two couples. I think they're getting older, and so they're like having dementia and stuff, and they're losing pieces of themselves. But it's about love and their relationship with each other, and an actress actually being able to slowly decline. I find more value in being able to portray that than just I'm being beaten. You know what I mean? Like her character did get beaten. Her character was raped. Like it's horrible that those things happened to her, to the character, to that real person. But I don't see where she was worthy of receiving an Oscar for that.
I mean, it's just reparations for all the times that white people get all the Oscars.
That's what I feel like. That's how I feel.
No, Mad Max Fury Road. Let's talk about that nonsense. Let's not. I don't have time.
Let's talk about
Mad Max Fury Road is a movie about people going in one direction, getting there, turning around, and coming back, and it's full of dust and dirt and not one bit of plot. And where is the acting? There's a lot of screaming, and there's some cool costume design, I guess. And that is it. And I want all of my time back. All of those think pieces can go shoved up their butt.
Oh,
Mad Max and Revenant and The Revenant, which
I enjoyed The Revenant.
Sure.
I agree with Deb and Connie. Yeah. I don't think that Lupita was. It was okay. It was fine. However, that said, I felt the same way. For a long time, I was real salty about the Jennifer Hudson win because I was like, that was nonsense. But then I was like, and Jamie Foxx too. I was like, but you know what? Just give it to him. As a matter of fact, give some more black people.
Ooh, you know what? I will say, Denzel Washington winning for Training Day was actually fully reparations for him not winning. What was the year before?
Malcolm X, maybe? I don't know.
Malcolm X.
You needed something from Malcolm. That was
no, it wasn't that one actually. It was something else. Malcolm X too.
It was the year before.
But Training Day was reparations for sure.
Malcolm is the one that everybody thinks he should have won for.
But there was a movie, the movie before. Don't bother me. I'm gonna look it up. But
what was it about?
Girl,
she don't know.
Something. Right, what was Denzel?
The Preacher's Wife. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I love The Preacher's Wife. I love it. If Whitney's doing it, I love it.
For what? Sorry, I'm having a whole other
thing. I'm saying, damn, girl, don't be trying
to just find the mute button.
Glory. No, that wasn't it. Glory was
the year before Training Day.
Glory was not the year before Training Day. Was 2001.
And Glory was like a long time.
19.
Yeah,
very long before Training Day, girl. You wait.
Also, by the way, if you go to the Denzel Washington list of awards nominations, it takes you to a different page on Wikipedia. They're like, we don't have enough space.
They're like,
redirects.
Hold on, I gotta get my turn.
Where is she going?
Both our guests are just like, bye.
Hold up.
Hold time.
Me and Deb like, well, this was fun. Let's talk about later. Oh, you know what my unpopular opinion is?
See, she got so many.
Up and down, Rise of Skywalker is gonna be trash.
Oh. So we're not gonna go there.
This isn't fun anymore.
we can't do that.
I am
not before the movie. Not before the movie is out.
I'm going.
Slow your roll. Slow your roll. You just got here. Okay. 2 years ago. You didn't even go here.
JJ, I am.
It was
this movie to not be.
No.
Sorry.
Okay,
it was.
I don't.
Denzel Washington was the hurricane.
Yeah, that's what
Glory, Malcolm X, the hurricane, and then he won for Training Day.
The hurricane you wanted him to win for.
But I think it was actually just because it was Glory, Malcolm X, the hurricane, and then, but he won for Glory.
Supporting.
It was like supporting actor, yeah. But I think because it was Malcolm X and then the hurricane and then it was Training Day, and I was like,
so you wanted him to win for Hurricane?
Yeah. But I think that it's also just like back to back.
Well,
I was upset. Of those three movies, Training Day wasn't it.
The only people that did. I thought it was a weird place for the Oscars, but I was like, whatever. Denzel is so good. This is him an Oscar for waking up in the morning. He can
I just went around talking about unpopular opinions because.
Oh, what you got, Portia?
I feel like after I can't remember the name of it. Oh, Do the Right Thing. Anything after Do the Right Thing, Spike Lee is trash. So that's my opinion.
Is that unpopular? I think that's
no, because he had
that's a really good movie.
The Invisible Man was good. The heist movie, which was like
Inside Man.
Inside Man, yeah. That was good.
It really wasn't like it was like I saw it was good, and then I never saw it. It's like
because he didn't write it. It didn't have Spike Lee all over it. It wasn't a Spike Lee joint, but it was. I think it was like a well plotted, well directed movie.
It was.
But I get it. I think the auteur thing is a trap. I do. I've taken so many classes with like as soon as someone gives you that title of the auteur, and you see it even like this goes back to even like books of J.K. Rowling stuff. Once people stop thinking that you need an editor and someone telling you no, things go wrong. They go off the rails.
Because everybody needs an editor.
Everybody needs an editor. Everybody needs someone to push back at them.
Yeah, the only reason those people's things are as good as they are is because they have people to like talk to,
help them,
edit. And,
right. Yeah. The reason the first Star Wars trilogy was good was because George Lucas wanted to direct those, and they said, "Boy, have you seen the movies that you direct? No, let's give it to someone who knows what they're doing." And then they had to make it a collaboration. I think that film, in particular, is a collaborative medium. And you can't have someone stomping around. What?
I can't direct it to the studio.
What?
As I can't direct it to the studio. I'm gonna throw you out the window.
You throw me out the window? No, girl, because I'm gonna be like, okay, give me your ideas. Now let someone else go like help you make those ideas happen. Ryan Coogler, who you love so much, he does that very well. He finds the best person. He don't have his hands. Once he said Ruth Carter's going to do the costumes, he didn't have his hands all up over her stuff. He's like, I hired the best.
Directing. He's still an auteur. What he does is just really good team leading. He's an auteur.
What I'm saying is that it's a trap to have an auteur like that label
because it's not common. What Ryan Coogler does is not common.
The thing about Spike Lee, unfortunately, like even from his first movie, he just has a very his sense of like self-importance is just like way too inflated. So he was never not going to be this person. Spike Lee's success didn't change him. It just allowed him the freedom to become the person that he is. Like Spike was always going to be, Spike is Spike. You know what I mean? I bet in college, people were like, I can't stand this. Like Spike Lee is that.
Yes, but I think that like,
I don't think that.
But I think that once he had that success, then it was harder for people to be like, then people get scared of saying, I can't stand this man. I'm not working with this man.
But then you also have people like Steven Spielberg, who is a fantastic director, and he's certainly an auteur, but he doesn't have an overinflated sense of self, and so he doesn't have problems.
Right, but I'm saying, I think that once you give someone that title, every person does something different with it, but that title is a trap. Like you can it's a trap.
Maybe.
You can have a great director, you can have a great writer, you can have but you can't set people apart from Everybody needs an editor. Everybody needs someone that they can bounce ideas off of. Everybody needs someone that can tell them no. And that's how you, and also, that's how you get like Harvey Weinsteins and Cosby's and shit, because people get too scared to like push back.
But that has nothing to do with being an author, to be quite honest.
I'm saying
that's power.
And I think that title is power. And I think that is a trap. I'm not saying that people are not auteurs. I'm not saying that people are not talented enough and don't deserve like their recognition. I'm just saying that like you have to be very careful the pedestals you put people on. Any person at all times. Eliana's like, whatever, I'm getting my auteur credit. I'm getting there. I'm getting my pedestal.
I'm good. But I agree about power. I think that power will grow regardless of anything else. But it's just like, especially like from a creative standpoint and working within the studio system, there was a reason that directors had to fight to be allowed to express their creative vision. And if being called an auteur is the way to do that, then like, okay, no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right.
What's an auteur?
I love it.
I stepped away because bullshit is afoot. Excuse me. I stepped away. My life is a mess. I stepped away, and you guys had this conversation. What's an auteur?
It's basically it's when the director has a singular creative vision.
Wonderful, thank you.
It's
not a real term, is it? You guys are just being
no,
fancy.
it is. What it is when you have a singular creative vision, and that's because so much of Hollywood is like committee led. There's so much of Hollywood. It's not even about like, the producer thinks this. It's like a team of executives are making choices on one person's creativity. And so that's why directors fought to be able to be like, no, it's my idea. This is how we're going to put it forward. I have to be the leader. We can't have 8 leaders of a team.
Sure.
There needs to be a creative leader of the team.
Right. Because like producers control sometimes what directors do, and if a director has a vision.
That's it, the studios. The executives are so much in control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why when people got so pissed off about the Martin Scorsese comments about Marvel movies, I was like, just don't even get into it, because it's 2 different conversations. It's just 2 different conversations.
It is.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, Martin Scorsese is certainly not threatening. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Come on now. 2 different conversations.
Learn something new every day.
I have had so many arguments about this Martin Scorsese and marvelous cinema crap.
Why? Because like you said, it's like apples and oranges.
Because she agrees with Martin Scorsese.
Because people feel so strongly about it, and I'm just like,
because to her, Bow Wow was never a star.
I'm like, it's not like I don't also enjoy. I enjoy big epic.
Sure.
Whatever they are, but
sure.
I mean, come on. You know what I mean? What's at stake in the story? Honestly.
Oh. The whole galaxy. Universes.
The galaxy.
Options at stake.
Absolutely.
Right? We got exactly what we wanted.
Mm-hmm. No, listen, all I'm saying is that for the most part, when you go see certain types of movies, you know that you're going to leave, like,
entertained?
What's going to happen?
Do you want to be? Are you not entertained?
Okay, but also, Eliana.
I feel like people were like, he's saying entertaining things are not valid, but that's not what he's saying. He's just saying it's not cinema.
But also, Eliana, and I haven't seen it yet, but it's 3.5 hours of The Irishman cinema? Or is that just torture by another name?
It was an interesting story. I enjoyed The Irishman. I know it sounds kind of
crazy. Did it need to be 3.5 hours though? I'm not saying
I tell the story. No, but I was also not.
He's not making a perfect movie every time. That's ridiculous. Every Martin Scorsese film is not amazing. I don't know.
Bonnie in the chat has asked to defer to me, our resident MCU expert, and so I would just like you all to know. I'll settle this right now. Not only is MCU cinema, it is the only cinema that has ever existed. Period. Glad we locked this down.
Really? What about it? What about it, Delia?
Well, when you look at it, when you look at the storyline, it spans, the creative energies that went into creating
Name a character story.
characters.
It's critical
I mean,
to the cinema experience.
it's so critical to the cinema experience. I mean, the fact that you have to go in and turn off your brain because it just tells the story to you, that is cinema.
Eliana's like, what is happening? Literally 2 things about the entire MCU.
I know. Okay,
what are those 2 things?
Tom Holland,
and Black Panther.
And Black Panther.
That's it. I mean,
I think that Black Panther was very much cinema within the MCU because it was because who else could tell that? That was a very singular story from a singular person.
Is that what cinema's supposed to be?
I don't think so.
It's about things being at risk. It's about transformation. Like at the end of the day, when we're all going to see these MCU movies, did you ever doubt? Was there ever a moment that you didn't know that the end of the
Tony Stark is dead?
I mean, Thor. Let's just use Thor as an example.
Loki is dead.
Thor loses.
Thor is obese.
We knew that they would be successful and defeat everybody. And it's just like fun to go in and see how it happens, and it's really exciting and it's fantastic. But
do you not remember that?
Song, but it's okay.
Everybody did.
Yeah, I don't think she saw that, but it's cool.
Nobody.
My thing with the whole
Captain, do you not?
My whole thing with the whole debate was
every episode is every movie has had a transformation. Okay, did you not see Little Steve turn into Big Steve? Come on, come on.
My whole thing is why is Martin Scorsese the person to speak on it? Like he's done. Like his whole thing is like. Sorry.
Okay.
But Martin Scorsese's whole thing is like mafia movies. And Marvel's whole thing is like they're all Marvel. So what is the effing problem? He basically has a freaking like mafia cinematic universe. Absolutely. Like the whole comic universe. Absolutely. Why does Martin Scorsese feel like he's the person that he can talk about it? Because what else has he done? Like, and I don't care about mafia movies, and I care about Marvel movies. So it's
see, and again, that's where the problem comes in. It's like, oh, I care about these movies. It's like, what does that have to do with the definition of cinema?
Why does Martin Scorsese the barometer of what cinema is?
But it's not as Martin Scorsese. Just because he said it doesn't mean that he's like standing at the top of the mountain.
The people who are back,
but that's what everyone's saying about him.
He's the one, you know, like
yeah.
The only people within the industry who had a problem with what he said was James Gunn's bitch ass, and he also knew when he did it. I was like, shut your bitch ass up.
Right.
First of all, why are you crying about this? Take your ass to work or something. Oh my God, don't you have stuff to do? Like,
all right.
He was gonna sit in the chair and be, wow, this Guardians of the Galaxy movie just really changed me as a person. Shut your dumb ass up. The only person outside of nobody in the business is like, oh, I mean, and also too Bob Iger, but I feel like Bob Iger is playing everybody for some damn food, trying to make yourself seem like he's the damn victim. It's like, Bob, shut your dumb ass up too.
He has all of the money.
That's what I'm saying. It's like all that Martin Scorsese is saying, and that's why I was like, I'm not even like at first I thought it was funny, but then I have had so many arguments with my friend about it, and I'm like, you were being so obtuse. Literally what Martin Scorsese is asking for in all these meetings is like people that have original ideas can't even get inside the building because all the studios want to do is make these committee-made big movies. And I get that they're doing well at the box office, and that's really, really, really important. But somebody still has to be in there fighting and like making a way for people that have ideas that may be smaller, that are from like individual people that have a story that they want to tell. Like there has to be a space for them as well.
I mean,
and I don't see what's bad about that, but people are fighting.
There isn't anything bad about that.
And it's like this is a mega corporation who literally has like a monopoly on on cinemas. And it's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with individual directors and writers wanting to be like, hey, there's room for other things to be made.
You need to tell Martin Scorsese to say that. Because what you're saying makes perfect sense. It's a very valid point. That ain't what he said.
That's not. What I'm saying is, what's so bad about him saying that it's not cinema? He said it's entertainment. What is so wrong with that?
Well,
My
why
thing
can't
is
it
like,
be
why is
cinema?
he the barometer? Like, why is
Can
he
it
the
be both?
person?
Okay,
Why is it not
so we are an hour past but we were when we were supposed to stop.
We gonna have a conversation, Elle, because I want to
Martin was
learn.
the director at the time when they were.
The MCU is art. Have you not seen that?
No, because
Scarlett
Martin was the director.
Johansson was pregnant in Age of Ultron, and they erased it. That is art. Do you not
No.
see?
Scarlett Johansson has a baby.
Entire generation.
I didn't know she was pregnant.
Fought to create an industry where there could be original ideas, including the Star Wars that we all love, right? Like that doesn't happen without a person with an idea. And they fought for, because before that generation of directors, American cinema was not seen as an art form. They were like, you can't compare it to the higher arts of ballet, certain forms of theater, because there has always been levels of artistic merit within creative spaces. And I just feel like when it comes to my world, when it comes to movies and cinema, we can't have any levels of artistic merit without everybody's feelings getting hurt. However, if I was like, oh, do you want a burger from Wendy's, which I love and it's amazing, or do you want a burger from a steakhouse? And it's like, well, they're exactly the same. No, they're not. One is a gourmet burger from a steakhouse. One is a bomb-ass burger from Wendy's. I'm going to enjoy them both.
The same cow.
I'm going to know that gourmet.
They definitely do not come from the same cow.
One is Kobe beef. The other is from a farm in Georgia.
Wrong with having artistic merit and having levels of artistic merit within one creative space. Like, I just don't see a problem with that. And I don't see why everybody's so upset about it. Like, they fought to be like, no,
the hierarchy, though.
Very artistic. Cinema's not just about delivering what audiences want so that they'll just enjoy it. Because that's what Hollywood started off doing. All those, like, studio heads. That's why you had all these people with all these damn eating disorders and issues. That's why Judy Garland couldn't eat food when she was a kid, because they were like, oh, we're just going to have these perfect pictures on the screen and everybody gets what they want. And then you had these directors, your Martins, your Francis, Steve, and George, who were like, actually, let's come in and like disrupt some things. Let's say that it's not always a happy ending, or people struggle with like real issues on the screen. And so it's like, if that's what he fought for, that's the industry that he created, and suddenly he's supposed to be excited about movies where we know the outcome.
I don't care that he's excited about it, but don't dismiss it the way that he did. And I don't think that his movies, I don't think his movies make that same thing anymore.
All right, y'all.
An hour over where we just.
Yeah, this is a great conversation that we should continue online somewhere.
Okay.
But thank you, Elle. Thank you, Deb. This is why we had y'all on last, because you are who you are, and we love you immensely for it. Happy holidays. Happy December.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy December. Happy Kwanzaa, everybody.
Happy Kwanzaa.
My birthday's on Friday.
Hey.
Okay.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Oh, okay, bye. Right?
She's still singing. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you to everyone who is still here.
I know.
Still listening to this.
Thank you folks for joining us. Stay tuned for more Wizard Team, Tarbis, Patreon content. Black Wizard History Month is around the corner. Like literally.
Companions are out here.
Well, it's funny because like we were gonna say originally we were gonna be like, oh, we're gonna be on hiatus sort of in January, and then Doctor Who was like, no, you're not. Just kidding. So yeah, we don't really have a break. Honestly, we'll be around, but we hope y'all have a good holiday.
Yeah, we hope you use some of the self-care tips that were given here. Start writing and creating some things so that we can have you on our live stream next year yelling about Martin Scorsese.
No, we're not
having that same argument in a year. Please, Lord, no.
Yeah, not that same one.
No.
But yeah, thanks y'all. And
wait, pause.
Oh,
hold up. Oh, we did end up getting one holiday cheering charm. It's late, but I'm gonna share it anyway. It's for my husband. He said happy. He said happy Christmas because we celebrate Christmas, but ladies. So there you go.
Look at our husband. Look at our husband.
The other one did a little wave.
He's so smart. I know we got the one. Our other husband having cameos in the back. Mm-hmm. Look at us. Hey. Hey.
I thought he was wearing
thank you, Victor.
I'll pass on the message. I'll tell him thank you.
Hi, Darren. Darren's like, oh, I'm allowed to be on now. It's on.
But yes, thanks to everyone who stuck with us.
2020.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2020. Jeez.
That's wild.
It's like 2 weeks away, though, at the same time.
Can you believe almost 20 years ago, NSYNC was singing about the new millennia, and
here it comes,
the digital get down,
and everybody's talking about Jerusalem. Why are we talking about Jerusalem now?
Yeah, I don't even remember that.
Beginning of the beginning of the end.
Ironically, our live stream is not in sync as y'all sing this.
The heavenly.
All right, I'm gonna end it. Bye, y'all. Thanks.
You really wanted to.